if it's a fit for you.
One thing we've all learned from this devastating pandemic is that preparedness provides protection. Hurricane forecasters are calling for an above-average season this year. So now is the time to take steps to protect your home from Mother Nature's worst. Hi, I'm Keith from Storm Shield. Our mission at Storm Shield is to provide the very best storm protection available and to make the process as easy as possible. Don't take it from me, though. Listen to what our customers say or check out our testimonials online at stormshieldSWFL.com.
Yes, my name is Dwayne Channel. Storm Shield Windows, they were the only company that had the hurricane windows that we were looking for. Our best decision we made was purchasing Storm Shield Windows.
Storm Shield's windows and doors reduce the exterior noise by up to 80%, and our clients typically see an average energy savings of 40%. Why choose Storm Shield? Because everyone deserves the best. Call us today at 239-491-7002 or visit stormshieldswfl.com.
You know the problem in Washington? Too many politicians are full of should. They should keep promises, should serve the people, should avoid corruption. But when it's time to deliver, it's just a load of should. Then along comes Donald J. Trump, and the DC insiders, they lose their should. Byron Donalds is a lot like Trump that way. Donalds is willing to shake things up. You could take Trump's word for it.
I want to thank Representative Donalds. He's got a tremendous future ahead of him.
Now Byron Donalds is running for Congress. Donalds fought for low taxes in Tallahassee. He'll keep fighting to protect your paycheck in Congress. Donalds backs term limits. And Donalds stands with Trump to defend our police. Conservative Republican Byron Donalds for Congress. He'll make a difference in Washington. No should. Paid for by Club for Growth Action. Clubforgrowthaction.org and not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. Club for Growth Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
At Fisher Investments, we do things differently, and other money managers don't understand why.
Because our way works great for us.
But it may not work for your clients. That's why Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, obligated to put clients first. It's the highest standard for a financial advisor.
So, what do you provide? Cookie-cutter portfolios like the rest of us?
No cookie-cutter portfolios here. Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to meet each client's goals and needs.
But you do sell investments that earn you high commissions, right? And make commissions when you make trades for your clients?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission investment products, and we never earn commissions on trades.
So what's in it for you?
Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. When it comes to helping clients achieve a comfortable retirement, we're clearly different. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. So glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the Tri-Town Construction Talk and Text line. We made it. I was just thinking about this, Jake the Millennial. I was thinking on this Jake Day, this Friday, this Jake Day. You know what we need? And I'm going to have to figure out when I'm going to have time to work on this, maybe this weekend. We need like a Friday, you know how on the music stations, like all the pop stations and the top 40 stations, you know, where they have the DJs, they go, like they cool, the DJ voices. Sorry, that was really weird. In the industry, they call them pukers. I don't know if you knew that in some places. That was a little bizarre. Sorry, I even went there because not everybody is like that. Just a couple. Not in this town. Maybe one. But anyway, the point is this: they always have this cool like music that they start a Friday with. Like it's got bells and whistles, and it has people talking, and it has Stewie from Family Guy saying it's Friday, and they do this whole music montage. You ever hear those things?
No.
You didn't. I just started a show and I thought for sure music stations, you know, they do these montages of, well, I just thought we should have a Jake Day song to open up every break on Fridays, which is Jake Day. So we would have some kind of song, some kind of musical interlude, like I don't know what that sounds like. So I thought I'd create one.
Yeah, you'd have to make it. I don't know if I could do that.
No, I don't want you to. I would do it. I thought this would be a him. 239-479-5592, streaming live on the YouTubes for the kids. Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. Love that you would join us there. Please subscribe to the channel. It's free. If you subscribe, we get to keep this going. And if you want to watch on Facebook, you want to watch on YouTube, you have it on your handy smart phone. You have it, well, not on your dumb phone, because your phone, dumb phone's just 2 phones. And your TV there in your living room, you can listen and watch the program, and we always appreciate it. All right, so some of the headlines that we're going to go over today. Certainly, a lot of people this morning are talking about the president's decision to cancel the Jacksonville leg of the Republican National Convention. And it was supposed to take place in a few weeks. We were planning on being there as well. So how does that work now? What will we do moving forward? We'll talk about that. Also, the fact that some decisions locally were made. Lee County decided, the school board, as you can imagine, they are doing what everybody else is doing and moving the start date of the school year to August 31st now. And the question that people have is, we've got all the evidence we need, right, to make sure that certainly our families are safe, kids are safe, and the reason why is because all the evidence shows that putting kids and teachers in school during this time of coronavirus is a danger to both kids and teachers. And unfortunately, there is no evidence that would show that. But I understand that people have fears, and I understand that is running rampant because, you have the panic merchants all over the place saying everything is bad and it's horrible and horrific, which would cause not only the president to make the decision to cancel a convention where, listen, you're going to have tens of thousands of people all together in one area, especially when baseball is starting and we can't even have people in stadiums when we're outside. I mean, there's a lot of confusion. So, look, I don't blame the school board for doing this because it's what everybody is doing, and it would be hard not to. The question becomes, again, what does the other side of this look like? What are the numbers? What do the numbers need to look like where teachers would say, hey, I'm on board. I'm cool. I feel comfortable now. We can go. Is that going to be 10% now of what we have? Is it going to be 30% of what we have? What is the magic number? Somebody has to make that decision. And clearly, nobody wants the governor to make that decision because when the governor makes decisions on opening schools, what the president does, everybody seems to push back. So we're going to talk about that coming up. Also, this is very interesting. Some might say frightening. How do you feel about a mandatory vaccine? We're hearing about a vaccine now that seems to show promise. Pfizer, 100 million doses now for the United States that the U.S. government has procured from Pfizer. They have this vaccine that they're looking at distributing. There's a lot of promise overseas in the UK with one of their own, a vaccine. A lot of people talking about this, that maybe we will have a vaccine before the end of the year, rolling this out as quick as possible, record-setting time. And a lot of people are saying, you go first. I can wait. But how do you feel about the Naples vice mayor making national headlines? Thank you very much. As if we need any more national headlines in Southwest Florida. Oh, you got them. Where the vice mayor, Terry Hutchison, says, listen, I'm not in favor of it, but maybe at the next meeting, city council meeting, maybe we should bring up the topic of mandatory vaccines. Don't want to comment on that? I'll bet you do. 239-479-5592. What would that look like? Does the coronavirus warrant mandatory vaccines now as they start to come out? I mean, would that make you feel better? If we had a everybody has to have it now. What if you decide you don't want the vaccine? What happens to you? What are the things in life and society that you will be denied because you didn't want to have this vaccine? Judging by the fact that there are maybe therapeutics that are on the way that you'd rather talk about or are out there right now, and whether or not a coronavirus warrants a mandatory vaccine? Lots of questions there. All right, so let's get to this. The president was on Hannity yesterday and made the decision. We're going to pull it. We're not going to have the Jacksonville leg of the GOP convention.
Well, it's really the China virus. Call it COVID, call it any one of a lot of different names. But, we're setting an example. We don't want to have people so close together. We've had such enthusiasm. Everybody wanted to go there. We went to North Carolina. We wanted to do it there. It was all set. We were going to build a beautiful facility, and it got hit hard. And the governor then he could have treated us better, Democrat governor. But we are actually opening up there, and then we'll make our ways. It won't be your typical convention, I can say that, but it's going to be very safe. And I thought I had an obligation not to have large numbers, massive numbers of people crowded into a room.
Well, it had massive numbers of people crowded in a room, so the president makes this decision. And I wonder how you feel about that, because clearly there are two schools of thought that are out there if you're on the social media verse, which of course rules the day, because, it's the Twitter mobs that decide what you should agree with and accept and what you shouldn't. And, if you're going by schools, for example, there are people that are saying, see, the president doesn't even want to have a convention. So you're asking us to crowd kids into schools, you see? So what's the difference? Well, there's a big difference between what you can do in a convention where you have tens of thousands of people in a stadium area and what you would do in a classroom and the precautions you could take. Of course, there's the mask side of the discussion, and we're trying to all figure out whether masks work or not. And if we're told that if you're wearing a mask and you can't social distance, then the mask is the thing that's going to protect you, but we can't have a place or a situation where we would have a convention where we would have people packed in, where if everybody was mandated to wear masks and they did that, then the social distancing aspect of this would be canceled out. But really, if we're talking about that, that's not really true. So we can't. Is it true or is it not true? Do you see the confusion? Do you see how many people are still confused about this virus and what it is and isn't, and how it is transmitted and how it's not, and the realities that are out there, and the Twitter mobs that want you to believe something completely different because Orange Man bad. You know how that goes. And if you don't think for one second that there's a group out there that is trying to make Orange Man sound bad at every turn, I can prove it. Here's CNN yesterday, who appeared to be rooting for the coronavirus. No, I'm not kidding. Like putting it in those terms. CNN sounds like they're rooting for the virus, like it's Trump versus the virus. Come on, Drew, stop that. That is hyperbolic. How dare you say something like that?
It was communicated to the president that his opponent is not Joe Biden. It is the coronavirus. And in the past couple of days, he finally realized that the coronavirus is beating him. Finally. See, after all of this time, we've been trying to tell the president that the coronavirus is not a hoax. It's real. Of course, he never said that, but that's not the point. We've been trying to tell him, and finally he realizes that the coronavirus is beating us all, and he has to do something. It's beating him badly. And there is nothing that he could do except for change course tactically, rhetorically. And I think that's the important thing to keep in mind
That's the important thing to keep in mind here. He had to change his mind because the coronavirus is beating the president. Because it's like Joe Biden beating the president. It's going to happen because, Orange Man bad, and he's making all the wrong decisions. And you do realize that it doesn't make a difference what this president does. It will always be the wrong decision. By the way, we all do realize that in the future, no matter who the Republican will be in office, whether that is state, federal, they'll always be wrong. As long as there is a media like CNN, MSNBC, a lot of the local media outlets as well, and state outlets. Yeah. Oh, by the way, speaking of one of those state outlets, if you've heard of the website Florida Politics, which is pretty left-leaning, it's pretty, hey, we want to tell you about Florida politics, but, wink, wink, nod, nod. We might have a little bit of one side thinking on some of the issues that are out there. Come to find out that they're talking about polls and some of the polls that are out there. And how's Joe Biden doing? Joe Biden, do you realize Joe Biden leads Donald Trump by 13 points in the latest poll in the state of Florida? 13 points. I mean, just like the coronavirus, he's absolutely destroying the president in Florida. It is unbelievable. And Florida politics, happy to tell everybody that Florida voters are continuing to break for Joe Biden over the president. That's right, a new poll showing one of Biden's biggest leads of the cycle, the Quinnipiac University poll. And I'll tell you, I've had a lot of people say to me, what are we doing with pollsters? Are we having pollsters on? Are we talking about polls? How are we doing with that? Well, I don't know. Why are we not having lots of pollsters to tell us about numbers? Maybe because even in this article, this Quinnipiac University poll release shows Biden as the choice of 51% of those surveyed, 13 points ahead of the president. And then the next paragraph says, usual caveats apply, including Quinnipiac sampling, which at 28% Republican, 33% Independent, and 34% Democrat does not look like most of Florida elections. Still, Biden has gained momentum. And no, I'm not kidding. That's what it says. It's like, here's the poll. Joe Biden's blowing out Donald Trump in the state of Florida. Poll's a little flawed because it's like an oversampling of Democrats. But it's still happening. Yeah, that's the kind of nonsense we're dealing with. And that's why so many people don't really want to follow the polls. And look, if you want to follow the polls about what is the popular vote across the country, as Joel Pollack said the other day with us from Breitbart, listen, president's probably going to lose the popular vote again, but he'll win the Electoral College, and that's where it counts. All right, so we're going to talk about this more. Jake, let's take a break right now. We'll talk about this more coming up. We'll get into Naples and the vice mayor suggesting mandatory vaccines. Maybe we need to talk about it. What does that mean? What does that look like? What? I'd love to hear from you this Friday morning. Jake Day, it is finally here. It's Jake Day, the end of the week. Jake's favorite day, where he works less than he usually works, and getting excited for the weekend. All right, let's find out what's happening with traffic up to the minute. Here's Sabrina Katz.
Good Friday morning. There is a crash as you're getting onto 75 southbound from Bonita Beach Road. So hazard lights here, guys. Just make sure to watch that speed as you are passing through. Also a crash reported in Fort Myers at Tice Street and Nuna Avenue. Little bit of congestion heading west towards Palm Beach Boulevard. But we look great if you are heading out of North Fort Myers into downtown on both bridges. There's a slowdown in Cape Coral on Santa Barbara beginning, heading south to Veterans Parkway. That trip to the minute traffic, I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Friday, everyone. Today we return to a normal weather pattern here in Southwest Florida, which means sunny for most of the morning with a few clouds mixing in, and then scattered showers and storms come through by the later part of the day. We'll have high temperatures near 92 degrees and feels like temps in the upper 90s to near 100. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
This Fox Business Report is presented by Gulf Shore Business Magazine, online at gulfshorebusiness.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Wall Street slumped Thursday. The Dow down 353 points, the S&P off 40, the Nasdaq off by about 245. Another iconic retailer filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. The parent company of Ann Taylor, Lane Bryant and Loft is preparing to close hundreds of stores. And Halloween may be a little less sweet this year.
As a result of a more subdued celebration due to the coronavirus pandemic, Hershey will be scaling back production of its Halloween-themed candy. The owner of its namesake brand, Reese's and Jolly Rancher, is making the move to avoid having lots of leftovers that it would have to pull back or try to sell at a discount. Hillary Barsky, Fox News.
Kentucky Fried Chicken and Crocs are teaming up to produce KFC-scented clogs. They'll soon be sold online for just about $60. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jill Nato, invested in you.
We're the Retirement Income Store. We help hardworking Americans plan their retirement. Stop crossing your fingers and toes and hoping for growth in the stock market. You can invest for income without all the risk using interest and dividends. Start with our free Retirement Income Kit. Call 866-996-1173.
The Retirement Income Store, where retirees go for income.
Online at theretirementinComeStore.com.
Investment advisory services offered through Sound Income Strategies, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisory firm.
When When your liberal relatives from up north come for a month, turn up 92.5 Fox News in the house, in the car, and on the radio at the beach. 92.5 Fox News. Run all along.
Attention Florida plumbers, I need you to do me a favor. I want you to take a look down at your uniform shirt. Is the name Best Home Services embroidered on the front? If not, I have some very bad news. You're working at the wrong company. Join a team where you can create your own opportunities. Join Best Home Services. If you take pride in providing outstanding customer service, Best Home Services is where you want to be. Of course, we offer top wages, top benefits, top perks, but it's the other stuff that makes us different. You and your family deserve more. Join the team at Best Home Services and enjoy living up to the name. Best Home Services, now hiring plumbers.
Do you know you might be overpaying for your Medicare supplement plan? Do you get lost in an alphabet maze of plans like A, B, C, D, and G, F? Would you like help getting out of the maze and finding the very best plan for you? We are experienced Medigap agents at Health IQ, and we are on a mission to give people like you fair and square Medigap rates. Health IQ is the only insurance agency that rewards seniors proactively working on their health, like eating right and exercising. You don't have to be an athlete to save money. We reward healthy lifestyles of all kinds. Do you take your vitamins and supplements? Do you stay active and in the know about things that impact your health? If so, you could save money with Health IQ. Let us help you take care of your Medicare supplement needs. To see if you qualify for exclusive savings on Medicare supplement insurance, go to healthiq.com/Medigap. To start saving, go to healthiq.com/Medigap. That's HEALTHIQ.com/MEDIGAP.
Health IQ is an agency offering plans from different insurance carriers. No government or Medicare affiliation. Coverage and special rates not available in all counties or cases.
Chris Crowley is a lieutenant colonel in the U.S. Army Reserve and was deployed to the Middle East as part of Operation Iraqi Freedom. Chris has been awarded the Army Commendation Award 5 times, as well as numerous other awards, including the Army Meritorious Service Medal. When not defending us abroad, Chris was in Lee County, working as a prosecutor for 15 years, making sure justice was served for those who committed crimes. Now he's running to be your Republican Party state committeeman to represent our conservative pro-Trump principles to the Republican Party. As the Republican Party drifts away from our conservative principles, we need someone ready and able to stand up and fight for President Trump.
This is Chris Crowley. Unlike my opponent, Matt Caldwell, I proudly supported and voted for President Trump in 2016. We don't need another never-Trumper in office. We need a Republican state committeeman who will stand up and fight for our president. I'm asking for your vote in the August 18th Republican primary. Thank you. Paid for and approved by me, Chris Crowley, for Republican State Committeeman, the conservative choice for Lee County.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and yes, Ryan Hammond Painting and Contracting. I love these guys. I love the company. I can tell you personally, I've used them multiple times over 7 or 8 years. A company that's been in Southwest Florida since 2001. The great staff, the way they communicate, every idea that my wife had that she wanted to do with regard to painting and contracting, boom, just like that, they were on it. So what can they handle? How about anything to do with restoration or repair? Coatings, like the coating in my garage is amazing. They do over 700 clients annually. You don't have to take my word for it. They're one of the highest reviewed contractors for what they do, maintaining 4.9 to 5 stars, and I can see why. So you're thinking about a repaint, you're thinking about your garage floor, you're thinking about some remodeling. I'm telling you, Ryan Hammond Painting and Contracting. So give them a call today, 239-872-2559. That's 239-872-2559. See the experience that I have had with Ryan Hammond Painting and Contracting, and you will say it as well. They are the best.
Visit Jason and Todd at the Diamond District.
Summer is in full swing, and my friends Jason and Todd with the Diamond District are continuing to liquidate the largest selection of GIA and Forever Mark loose certified diamonds, engagement rings, and fashionable diamond jewelry.
Today, businesses are starting to bounce back, but what if you could do better than that? What if you could adapt and find new ways to succeed? With new customers? Well, Comcast Business wants to help you do just that. Learn how you can not just bounce back, but bounce forward at ComcastBusiness.com.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Hey, don't forget, please go to our change.org page. We are looking to change the name of Lee County to Trump County. Why? Not because we don't like the name Lee County. We do, but we know in this cancel culture era that sooner or later, the cancel culture is coming to Southwest Florida. They're going to come to change the name. We're already hearing about that happening in D.C. I'm going to get to some of these stories and what Louis Gohmert said about how maybe Democrats need to change their name because of their past history. It's awesome. But anyway, so what you do is you text the word Trump to 239-479-5592. We'll have the change.org link pop up there on your phone, and you can sign the petition. Listen, we want to cancel the cancel culture, and if you want to change the name of Lee County, good. We'll change it to Trump County. That's what we are going to do. And we've been talking about the ways that this would be happening. You know, we got to come up with a logo soon. Jake, we need a logo, right? T-shirts, keychains, and more, right?
All of it.
All of it. I would love that. So that's coming as well. So again, canceling the cancel culture. Well, you want to change Lee County's name? Okay, we'll change it to Trump County. How about that? Text the word Trump to 239-479-5592 right now.
Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
It's Kaylee Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. It's summertime, so it's hot. Make sure you change your AC filters every month and have your air conditioners cleaned twice a year by Nate certified mechanics, like my dad. All the mechanics at Kobe Cooling are Nate certified because you deserve the best. If your AC stops working, turn it off and call 239-482-1542 and relax. We will take it from there. 24/7, same low prices, never no more time charge. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense, no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, most trusted name in the business since 1949.
Thank you for your business all these years.
When you are moving your home or office, choosing the right company makes all the difference. Rice's Moving and Transport has operated for 21 years out of Naples. They offer full packing and moving services for commercial and residential, as well as full designer services. To help our locals, Rice's Moving is extending their special pricing on all local moves for the summer. To protect our community, they are working within all the CDC guidelines. Rice's Moving and Transport in Naples, moving you into the future.
I'm here with Mike Roberts with Mortgage Warehouse. Mike, give me an update on mortgage rates. How are things looking?
There is a lot of talk about mortgage rates these days, and for good reason. Mortgage rates are nearing the lowest levels we've seen in years. Anyone that purchased their home in 2017 or 2018 should check into refinancing their mortgage to get a lower interest rate. Give us a call at 313-5000 or apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com. You'll work directly with one of our loan officers right here in Southwest Florida. Our no closing costs program allows you to refinance with no fees out of pocket, no fees rolled into your loan, and you won't pay any Florida mortgage taxes either. If you took out a mortgage in 2017,
All right, let's see. Is this working? All right, hey everybody there on YouTube and Facebook. It's good to see you all. Thank you for being here. Please, if you're here for the first time, subscribe to the channel, and it helps to keep this going. Let me know on the comments there on Facebook and YouTube. Let me know if you hear me right now, just talking to you in between on the break, because I just wanted to comment on some of your comments. I see John. Good morning, John, and Jeff, and Steve. Vincent here. Crypto is always around. Bill Hyatt, good morning. Good morning to you all. Lady Catherine there on YouTube. So it's good to see you all. Just want to know that okay, good. So Tristan says we can hear you. Excellent. All right. Just want to make sure, just kind of like we used to do in the studio, just if I wanted to talk to you for a couple of minutes, at least I can do this. Okay, Lady Catherine says you can. Excellent. All right. Yeah, you know, I was laughing because Jeff on Facebook was commenting that he said, "Did we just hear that right about KFC?" Maybe you were looking at my face because I had the same reaction. So the Fox Business Report happens at 6:20, I guess, every morning. And they just said that KFC is going to have, I got to see if I could find some audio on that. The KFC is getting together with Crocs, and they're going to have KFC scented clogs. So like your Crocs are going to smell like chicken or fried chicken. I don't know who wants that, but hey, listen, it's a great gimmick. It's funny gimmick for them. All right. So, yep. All right, Gary, I see you here. Good morning, everybody. Don't forget to text the word Trump to 239-479-5592. if you want to sign the change.org petition. Listen, we're having some fun with this, but it's getting some traction, everybody. I mean, the idea of changing the county from Lee County to Trump County. And again, I can't emphasize this enough, just so everybody knows. It's not that we want to change the name of Lee County. You know that, and I know that, and I know all of you that are watching get this. Sometimes others outside of the bubble don't get this. The bubble being the wise people, the one who wants science and data, like you. They don't understand that cancel culture is coming to your door. It's going to. It's not going to stop, because it's not only about the anarchy that's out there to get rid of this president, but it's also to change everything we know about this country, top to bottom. And we're hearing stories even today. I've got to pull this story up about, again, here we go with the ridiculous notion of statues being taken out of the Confederate statues from the Capitol building. It starts with one, and it makes its way to every single one. And if we're going to define what needs to be removed and what doesn't need to be removed, we need to have a say in it. We don't want a minority of individuals making a majority of the decisions. So, yeah, you're hearing background noise. Sorry, because that's what you're hearing. All right. How's that, Bill? Is that better? Oh, no, that's going to be worse because it's closer to the microphone. Yeah, it's the background noise of me being able to hear the station. So, see a little inside baseball you're getting. So the station comes through the headphones. That's how I'm monitoring the station. I'm pretty much close to being deaf, so the volume on the headphones have to be excruciatingly loud. But it does allow me to hear what's going on at the station. And then when we come back, as I keep an eye on our time, then I'll be able to hear. Hope that makes sense. All right, speaking of which, I've got to get back. So sit tight, and more comments, and love to hear from you coming up this morning. All right, stand by.
$1 in credit stimulus runs out. This sale is over at Galliana Kia, 1/2 mile south of Daniels Parkway on US 41 in Fort Myers. Open every day, including Sunday. Call 239-481-2600. GallianaCars.com.
You should be driving a Kia from Galliana. Galliana Kia.
36 month lease, 10,000 miles per year, $24.99 good signing, plus tax, title, dealer, and acquisition fee. 0 security deposit with lender approval expires month.
Today's radicalized Democrat Party is attempting to dismantle, disarm, and discredit our frontline heroes. We must fight to stop them before it's too late. But to do that, we cannot send more weak leaders to Washington. It takes a bold, unapologetic conservative to stand up to the liberal mob and protect the institutions that make America great. We can't give in, and we can't give up. I'm Dr. William Figglestaller, and I approve this message because I'm the America First conservative you can trust.
Paid for by William Figglestaller, Republican, House District 19.
Tee off and swing into summer at Coral Oaks Golf Course in Cape Coral. Come out and enjoy our excellent playing surfaces, beautiful natural surroundings, GPS golf carts, and low summer rates. Play 18 holes every day for just $35 before noon, $30 after noon, and $25 after 2 p.m. all summer long. You can book tee times up to 7 days in advance at CoralOaksGolf.com. We'll see you at Coral Oaks, where every day is a great day.
Attention, Southwest Florida. It's not too late. You can still get $8,000 over Kelley Blue Book value for your trade-in, but only at Naples Nissan. Hundreds of new SUV models to choose from, all backed by our exclusive unlimited mile lifetime warranty. Pick out your favorite at NaplesNissan.com. Then come see us on Pine Ridge Road to find out the KBB.com current market value for your trade-in. We'll give you $8,000 more so you can drive that brand new Nissan home today. If KBB says it's worth $5,000, Naples Nissan will give you $13,000. If KBB says $10,000, we'll give you $18,000. You must act fast, though. Visit NaplesNissan.com for full details. Offer on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
Stay break 92.5 Fox News 239-479-5592 is the Tri-Town Construction talk and text line, which I'd like you to use right now to text the word Trump to 239-479-5592. That number, text the word Trump so that you'll get the change.org link. And you can sign the petition that is getting a lot of mo, as the kids like to call it, right? Momentum. We call it mo, right, Jake? Jake the Millennial? We call it mo. Or not. Mo? Yeah, momentum. Like momentum, mo. Yeah. Okay, great. Good to see. See how you know it's a Jake Day. We call Fridays Jake Day because Jake's already checked out. He's already checked out, and we love. Come on, that's funny. Anyway, so we want you to text the word Trump because we've been talking about this for the past couple of weeks. If the cancel culture is coming to Southwest Florida, you're going to change the name of Lee County eventually. Well, we'll get ahead of you. We'll change it to Trump County. And if you want to get on board with that, and a lot of folks do, go ahead and sign our change.org petition, and we'll talk to you more about the process coming up in the next few weeks, logos. I mean, listen, we're going to move this. We'll see how far we can go and go right to the top. And even Louis Gohmert had something about this, not us here in particular, but you know, the Democrats have started to, in the House of Representatives, just to dovetail off this story, if you're wondering whether or not it's coming to a city or a town near you, it is. There are already people that are rumbling all over Southwest Florida about all kinds of things that have been named after, well, individuals that people don't like for one reason or another. And I say it that way because if we really want to go there, we can destroy everything. Anything can be canceled that offends you for whatever reason. The House voted to remove the Confederate statue, Justice Robert B. Taney, from the Capitol. There's a bust there in the Capitol of Robert B. Taney. Also, some Confederate statues there in the U.S. Capitol. They want them removed. They made the statement yesterday. They're concerned about Roger Taney. He was the Supreme Court Justice, the Chief Justice who wrote the majority opinion in the 1857 Dred Scott case that ruled people of African descent could never be American citizens. That by Politico writing that. And then you ask the question, you beg the question when you see this. Number one, these are our representatives in the House. Not everybody was on board with this. There was a split. Of course, we can't have a national debate on this. We have to have Congress people with political intentions to do all of this and to suggest all of this. The second thing is Roger B. Taney. Would anybody like to go and Google and look up what political party he was with at the time of this Dred Scott case decision? You want to check on that? Because you might find something pretty interesting. The same that you would find when it comes to some of the other paintings that were taken down that Louis Gohmert mentioned about the offensive paintings that were up of slave holding individuals, of people like Roger Taney. There's something about that Democrat Party that keeps creeping into the conversation, and Louis Gohmert knows it. And I want you to listen to what Republican Representative Louis Gohmert has said about this, and a resolution that he made on the House floor. Listen to this, everybody.
Whereas on June 18, 2020, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi ordered the removal from the Capitol portraits of 4 previous speakers of the House who served in the Confederacy, saying that these portraits, quote, set back our nation's work to confront and combat bigotry, unquote.
Okay, right. So listen, if we're going to combat bigotry, we got to do this together, unified. So we got to start by taking down these paintings, these 4 individuals. And Louis Gohmert says
the men depicted in the portraits were Democrat Robert M.T. Hunter, Democrat Howell Cobb, Democrat James L. Orr, and Democrat Charles F. Crisp.
Anybody see a pattern here? Let him go on.
Resolved that the Speaker of the House of Representatives shall remove any item that names, symbolizes, or mentions any political organization or party that has ever held a public position that supported slavery or the Confederacy from any area within the House wing of the Capitol or any House office building, and shall donate such item or symbol to the Library of Congress. And 2, that any political organization or party that has ever held a public position that supported slavery or the Confederacy shall either change its name or be barred from participation in the House of Representatives.
All right, liberals. All right, Democrats. How do you answer that? That is Louis Gohmert, and let me decipher exactly what he said. He said, look, all 4 of the paintings that were taken down by Nancy Pelosi because we've got to confront bigotry, we've got to get ahead of this, we're all Democrats. Roger B. Taney, the 1857 Chief Justice Dred Scott decision, Democrat. So Louis Gohmert's like, all right, I'll tell you what, why don't we do this? Let's anybody that has any connection with any kind of bigotry or slavery or anything that would be offensive, let's just clean it out of any place that would be a federal building near the House of Representatives. Let's just do that. Let's clean it out. And the second part of that would be that any political organization or party that has ever held a public position that supported slavery or the Confederacy shall either change its name or be barred from participation in the House. You know what that means? What political organization or party has held public position that supported slavery? How about the Confederacy? Gotcha. What about that? Do you see why the changing Lee County to Trump County means something? It means something because they're coming to your door. And they won't answer the real question as to who were, in our history, the individuals and the parties that supported slavery, that supported the Confederacy, that you are so outraged about, that you're willing to upend and change cities and communities and destroy and burn and tear down. And yet you won't confront the one that's right in front of your face because you know what the reality is. And how many people out there that are burning and destroying and looting will come to you and say, I recognize exactly what you're saying. And Louis Gohmert is right. If we're going to confront the stain on this country of slavery and the Confederacy, and we're going to actually confront every blot on this country that we have continued to strive to make better and make right, that there is a progression of positive moves, not a progression of negative outcomes. They've all been positive moving forward, whether you're talking about civil rights in the 60s or whether you're talking about the Confederacy or slavery of the past. That you're not confronting the fundamental issue here, are you? The one group, the one party that supported all of the things that you're tearing down. And he's right. And he's right. And on top of that, here's something else. You know, yesterday, and I'll probably talk about this a little more this morning at some point. You know, remember something. Yesterday was the opening of the Major League Baseball season, this abbreviated season, America's pastime. It's America's pastime because it was the time where we could pass the time away unified, watching a sport and forget about everything else. Unless, of course, yesterday was the opening day of the Washington Nationals and the New York Yankees, and everybody on the field kneeled during the national anthem. Every single person. I'm out. That did happen. But at the same time, Mike Apelko yesterday brought up something to me and brought something to my attention that is a fascinating part of this that isn't being discussed. And I want you to tuck this away, everybody, because this is important. When people say, do you support Black Lives Matter, which we are all assuming that's what that is on the field, the kneeling is in support of Black Lives Matter, and we know the genesis, the beginning of why this took place, and Colin Kaepernick and the feeling against police officers and the systemic racism that we're told about that is prevalent all across the country, and how you can support Black Lives Matter, the movement, to stop all of this from happening. And by kneeling, you're showing support for Black Lives Matter, the movement. And so are the players with their dollars. So are companies and corporations with their dollars. We see it all the time. Where do the dollars go? And Mike Opelka reminded me, why don't you go ahead and go to Black Lives Matter, the website, which I did, and click on the donate button, which I did. Urgent, fund the movement. We appreciate your support of the movement and our ongoing fight to end state-sanctioned violence, liberate black people, and end white supremacy forever. Okay? Donate to fuel our campaigns for justice. Where's the money going? The money goes to Act Blue. Act Blue Charities. Do you know what Act Blue Charities is? Well, if you click, you go to Act Blue. They've raised a lot of money lately from corporations and individuals and people who maybe really aren't too sure as to what Black Lives Matter is trying to do because they don't take the time to read the About page or anything like that. They just want to be part of it, to show support and solidarity for what they don't know, but they certainly don't want to seem like they're outside of what everybody else is doing. This great cause. Act Blue. Act Blue, here you go. Powering Democratic candidates, committees, parties, organizations, and C4s around the country. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody that's listening right now, every time you support Black Lives Matter with dollars, whether you're a company or an individual, you are directly helping Democrats. Democrats, for the longest time that we have been hearing that do not have the kind of funds that Republicans have. That they were hemorrhaging money, that they didn't have the kind of grassroots money and support, and the DNC was not able to do the kind of things that Republicans have been able to do to support this president. Where are they going to come up with the funds? Well, guess what? They just found their way to do it. Black Lives Matter is directly funding not only, specific parts of. Well, let's see what some of the organizations. Do we see the organizations? I see some of the organizations like NARAL, and I see Planned Parenthood. Every time you fund Black Lives Matter, you fund Planned Parenthood. So you're funding abortions. But that money is going directly to Democrat candidates and committees and party organizations. It's almost as if this whole thing is happening and continues to happen to help bring more money into the Democrat Party. It's out there. You can see it. You can see it for yourself. It's amazing. And not in a good way. That it's happening. And people continue to do it. And don't realize where those dollars, unless of course that's where you want the dollars to go. But don't make it sound like it's going somewhere else or it's helping someone else. That's where the help is. All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Right all along. Let's take a break right now. When we come back, I do want to talk about this. How about you, everybody in Naples? Your vice mayor, Terry Hutchison, wants to bring up at the next city council meeting mandatory vaccines for COVID. How do you feel about that? All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Right all along with traffic. Here's Sabrina Katz.
Good Friday morning. There is a crash as you're getting onto 75 southbound from Bonita Beach Road. So hazard lights here, guys. Just make sure to watch that speed as you are passing through. Also a crash reported in Fort Myers at Ty Street and Nuna Avenue. Little bit of congestion heading west towards Palm Beach Boulevard. But we look great if you were heading out of North Fort Myers into downtown on both bridges. There's a slowdown in Cape Coral on Santa Barbara beginning heading south to Veterans Parkway. That trip to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Friday, everyone. Today we return to a normal weather pattern here in Southwest Florida, which means sunny for most of the morning with a few clouds mixing in, and then scattered showers and storms come through by the later part of the day. We'll have high temperatures near 92 degrees and feels like temps in the upper 90s to near 100. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Rush Limbaugh.
And as a result of the unanimous vote, Jefferson Elementary will get its name changed. Thomas Jefferson is out of there. And a school named for George Washington, Washington Elementary, will also get its name changed. Now, never mind that George Washington was the father of our country who led America through a Revolutionary War that changed the world for the cause of liberty and freedom. Never mind that Washington did what few would do. He gave up power. They wanted to make him king. He said no. Never mind that Thomas Jefferson's role in writing the Declaration of Independence, his service as our first Secretary of State, or his own historic presidency. Both these guys were slaveholders, and that is enough reason to stamp out their names. Our history means nothing to leftists. The only thing that matters to them is erasing it. They don't know that they really can't. My friends, we're all living through tough times in our nation, but my good friends at Mahindra have shared with me that their customers are finding comfort in working their land. Mahindra owners are also using their tractors to help family members and to help out their neighbors. And your Mahindra dealers are there for you too, right in your community. If you need a tractor to work through these tough times, visit whymahindra.com. Just build your own tractor and your local Mahindra dealer will give you a custom quote. I mean, they'll even deliver directly to your property. Right now, during Mahindra's summer sales event, you'll also get special savings on Mahindra, the official tractor of tough. So visit whymahindra.com now and bless all of us as we get through these tough times together.
Take advantage of rock-bottom prices and test drive a Mahindra today at Shenango Supply Company of Punta Gorda or call 941-637-1165. That's 941-637-1165.
Tougher than plastic, harder than wood. Nothing beats the power of steel.
True Steel, weekday mornings at 6 on 92.5 Fox News.
Tyler McDaniel here, and Brad McDaniel. We're the second generation of Kenmar Care. For our whole lives, our father Ken McDaniel raised us and instilled in us the work ethic and morals which we operate under and live by today. Kenmar Care has teamed up with Maytag to bring high-quality products to you covered by Maytag's exclusive 12-year parts and 12-year dependability promise on select purchases. Be treated like family. Call Kenmar Care, 239-437-7040. That's 437-7040. And online at kenmarcare.com. License number CAC 057163.
If you're looking for a great paying part-time job with flexible hours, check out 2020 Census Jobs. You may have another job, or not. You may even be retired or looking for some extra income, but you can also help make sure that everyone gets counted. So apply today at 2020census.gov/jobs to help strengthen your community.
Visit Jason and Todd at the Diamond District.
Summer is in full swing, and my friends Jason and Todd with the Diamond District are continuing to liquidate the largest selection of GIA and Forevermark loose certified diamonds, engagement rings, and fashionable diamond jewelry.
Today, businesses are starting to bounce back, but what if you could do better than that? What if you could adapt and find new ways to succeed? With new customers? Well, Comcast Business wants to help you do just that. Learn how you can not just bounce back, but bounce forward at ComcastBusiness.com.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
Stay break, 92.5 Fox News. So what about this? I saw this story yesterday. It kind of popped up, made some national headlines, and I wonder if this is serious. Naples Vice Mayor Terry Hutchison said he believes the city will be discussing mandatory coronavirus vaccines in the near future. Reaching out to the community to see what they think about the idea. He said now that mask mandates have been considered, he sees this topic as another step. Says he, look, he's not in favor of the vaccine mandate. Don't get me wrong, I'm not in favor of it, but you all should have a choice, and you should have a plan for this and a thought for this. What do you think? Should we do that now? I mean, look, there was no way that if the Naples, the city council, or the commission there, the Collier County Commission, there was no way that if they were going to make a mask mandate that they were going to take it one step further or demand or say or consider. I mean, but they did, or they are, or are they? I mean, what do you think about mandatory vaccines? What does that look like? Who's it going to be mandatory for? Once it's mandatory for one group, who's to say that it's not going to be mandatory for everyone? And would you be willing to be part of that? Hey, listen, if there's a vaccine coming up soon, are you going to be one of the first to take it? Just asking.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Summer seems even brighter when you've been inside a while. It's time to drive again with Honda, KBB.com's 2020 best value brand. You could get a great deal on the 2020 Accord or 2020 Civic with financing as low as 1.9% APR on select models. Visit the Honda Summer Clearance event today.
See your Southwest Florida Honda dealers or log on southwestfloridahondadealers.com.
For well-qualified buyers, see dealer for financing details based on 2020 brand image from Kelley Blue Book. Visit KBB.com for more information.
For the past 58 years, Conditioned Air is focused on your comfort. Today more than ever, our business community, our nonprofits, our leaders, and our citizens are relying on each other for strength. It's not a me thing, a you thing, it's a we time in our lives. Conditioned Air is here for you and here for our community. Whether you're looking for routine air conditioning, service and repair for your home, installation of a new air conditioning system in a large commercial property, or anything in between, our Conditioned Air team is eager to help. You can count on the people of Conditioned Air. We are your neighbors, parents of school children, volunteers in the communities, coworkers, consumers, and supporters of all types of businesses. We want to help you when and where you need us, at your business or in your home. Your comfort is essential. Invest wisely. Conditioned Air, the comfort people since 1962, serving all of Southwest Florida. Call 1-888-COLD-AIR or log on to conditionedair.com. License number CAC 1819590.
Building a dream takes hard work, discipline, determination. Casey Asghar started with nothing, but his hard work created jobs. His discipline shaped a community. His determination built an American dream. Those same qualities built our nation. And to rebuild our economy, we need them now more than ever.
I'm Casey Asghar, and I approve this message. My family came to America to pursue the American dream. We owe it to our children to keep the dream alive.
Paid for by Casey Asghar for Congress.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 7 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
This Wink News update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Now, this is a Wink News update.
I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News. Florida set another troubling record Thursday with 173 deaths, the most deaths reported in a single day so far. Since the start of the pandemic, 5,518 Floridians have died from coronavirus complications. Nearly 9% of all of those deaths were in Southwest Florida, though our area only accounts for about 6.5% of the state's population. The CDC has updated its guidance on reopening schools. It says scientific studies suggest transmission among children in schools may be low. It goes on to say extended school closures are harmful to children. It does recommend local officials consider closing schools or keeping them closed if there's substantial uncontrolled transmission of the virus. Lee County students will now go back to class August 31st. The school board decided to push back the start date. Now school will end on June 17th. President Trump's canceled the Jacksonville portion of the RNC. He cited our state's struggle to contain the virus. For the nomination, the president said a meeting of delegates will be held in the convention's originally planned location in Charlotte, North Carolina. The FHSAA has decided to push back fall sports until at least August 24th. It was originally supposed to start Monday. The association will meet again before August 17th to discuss whether it needs to push back that date again. The Cape Coral City Council is going to consider canceling its 50th anniversary event. They're expected to discuss that topic on Monday after the Parks and Rec Department recommended canceling it. It's currently planned for September 5th, Labor Day weekend. I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News.
Wink News traffic.
Good Friday morning. There is a crash as you're getting onto 75 southbound from Bonita Beach Road. So hazard lights here, guys. Just make sure to watch that speed as you are passing through. Also a crash reported in Fort Myers at Tice Street and Nuna Avenue. Little bit of congestion ahead.
All right, good morning, everybody. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us on YouTube and Facebook. We appreciate it. If you are new, just got to turn the lights down here. If you're new to YouTube, Facebook, please subscribe to the channel if you like watching. We do appreciate it. Just hit the subscribe button. It's down there at the bottom someplace. and it keeps us going, and we appreciate that. And it's free, so don't worry about that. Coming up, we're going to talk to, let's see, who are we going to talk to? Good morning, Richard, and Bill, and Maureen, and Tristan, and Mary, and a lot of folks on YouTube and Facebook both. I see your comments popping in, so just want to say good morning. Coming up, we have, let me see, hold on a second. There you go. Erin Perrin is the Deputy Communications Director for the Trump campaign, and she's coming up. She's going to explain more about the decision to cancel the Jacksonville leg of the convention, so we'll get into what will happen next. That's coming up. Also in Naples, the consideration of mandatory vaccines. I want to get your thoughts on that. Also, man, there's just so much. I got some new polling. It's so funny. There's some polling that suggests that it's neck and neck. And finally, we're starting to see the big Trump gains that are happening against Joe Biden. And then there's some saying that Joe Biden's blowing out the president in the state of Florida, which is pretty funny. Okay, so we have that. We have the Redskins. Oh, gosh. Did I say that? I'm sorry. They've got a new name change. Wait till you hear the name change of the new Washington football team. I mean, it's the old football team, but it's the new name. We'll tell you all about that and what the change is, because it's a big one. More kneeling in Major League Baseball. Somebody texted and said, "Hey, they didn't kneel for the national anthem. They stood, so you're wrong." No, they actually kneeled in solidarity with Black Lives Matter, and everybody was kneeling. And it was Morgan Freeman that did this whole speech about unity and I don't know, bigotry and racism or something to that effect. I don't know what it said, but that's what it was about. So I don't know how you kind of split the baby here and say, well, they're not kneeling for the anthem, but they're getting the chance to kneel, but you know why they're kneeling. Let's stop with the nonsense and trying to, anyway. All right, so stand by. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes with your comments and a whole lot more.
Hundreds of local residents return to a pain-free, productive life. People who once suffered from stenosis, sciatica, bulging, or herniated discs and thought there was no solution are now living pain-free. Spinal decompression is relaxing and painless, while it gently eases pressure off painful nerves and spinal discs. No pain, no needles, and no surgery. I've successfully been using spinal decompression in Southwest Florida for over 13 years, and the results are only getting better. Take your life back. Call our Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation to find out how spinal decompression can help you. Johnston Spinal Care, 596-BACK, 596-2225. That's 596-2225.
At Fisher Investments, we do things differently, and other money managers don't understand why.
Because our way works great for us.
But it may not work for your clients. That's why Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, obligated to put clients first. It's the highest standard for a financial advisor.
So, what do you provide? Cookie-cutter portfolios like the rest of us?
No cookie-cutter portfolios here. Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to meet each client's goals and needs.
But you do sell investments that earn you high commissions, right? And make commissions when you make trades for your clients?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission investment products, and we never earn commissions on trades.
So what's in it for you?
Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. When it comes to helping clients achieve a comfortable retirement, we're clearly different. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. So glad you're here. 239-479-5592. That's the Tri-Town Construction Talk and Text line. Always streaming live on YouTube. Just go to Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. Type that in. Subscribe to the channel. It helps to keep this going so you have a chance to watch the program, and also on Facebook, of course. And the biggie here, want to remind everybody that we've got a cancel culture that's out there that you start to see everything from the canceling of paintings, Democrats, by the way, in the House of Representatives, taking down of statues and and portraitures and the changing of names. I heard that in the city of Chicago, the Christopher Columbus statue looks like overnight is going to be taken away. You've got, without you even having a chance to speak about it, you have all kinds of renaming of military bases and the like. And so, of course, here in Southwest Florida, as you know, Robert E. Lee County, right here in Southwest Florida, it's only a matter of time before the cancel culture is knocking on your door and is going to say, we have to change the name of Lee County. We're already hearing a buzz about it, changing the name. And I say, why don't we get a head start on it? Okay, if you're going to come in here and change the name, we'll change Lee County to Trump County. And we've got the petition going on, the change.org petition. This thing is starting to grow, everybody. We're close to, my fingers are thinly spread apart. If you're watching on the YouTube, you can see it this close. We're approaching 2,500 signatures right now on the change.org page. If you text the word Trump to 239-479-5592, you'll get the link to the change. And we got to start talking about logos and keychains. I don't know. We're going to start discussing that. And clearly, we've got a lot of support. I'm just telling you. So we're going to cancel the cancel culture. Thank you very much. All right. A couple of other things that are going on. Speaking of canceling, understand the president making the decision to cancel the Jacksonville leg of the Republican National Convention. And let's talk right now about that a little and get some details from Aaron Perrine, who's on the line with us, the Deputy Communications Director for the Trump campaign. It's Drew Steele. Good morning. How are you?
Oh, well, how are you? Thank you for having me.
There she is. Okay, it took a second to got you on the line. All right, perfect. So talk a little bit about this. You know, I wanted to get the thoughts right now of the campaign. First, talk about the canceling of the Jacksonville leg of this, and then maybe where we're going now moving forward. What does the schedule look like?
Well, President Trump did make the decision this week that we will be canceling the Jacksonville portion of the National Convention, and it's a reflection of what he's been doing this entire time, which is really assessing what's going on with the coronavirus, looking at cases, looking at what's going on, and deciding that the best course of action for the safety and the health of not only those in Jacksonville, but Floridians as a total in the country is to not have a convention, a big gathering of individuals the way that we'd all hoped we would be able to do. I know the president was certainly looking forward to it. But, you know, we're going to find a great and innovative way for President Trump to be able to not only get the party's nomination, but be able to accept it in a big fashion as he has wanted. So what's going to happen then as far as the North Carolina portion? What are we doing with that? Because people are asking, we're not completely abandoning the idea of any kind of convention at all or a gathering. Do we know what we're going to see moving forward? Well, the Charlotte portion of the convention, even when we began work with the Jacksonville portion of the convention, was going to remain the location for the delegate work that needed to be done to, you know, cross the T's and dot the I's by the Republican National Committee standards to formalize the nomination of President Trump and Vice President Pence. Yeah. They have to, by RNC rules, still go forward with that to finalize the nomination of the president and the vice president. But again, there will be safety measures, and that will be the most paramount thing as, you know, we really limit the number of individuals who will be there just to solely get the work done of the formal nomination of the president and vice president. Right. And certainly there are many people, like the president has talked about, and I'm sure you have witnessed the support yourself of how many people are excited about supporting the president and showing support. You know, there's quite the disappointment in the state that we wouldn't be able to be there physically in Jacksonville to do this. But make no mistake about it, everybody, the support is there, and the support for the president. And I might even say that this is something that the Democrat Party is probably feeling better about themselves, because they understand that the kind of support that the president has always had when he's on the road, when he is there with the American people, and how many people do show up is visually stunning.
to the visually stunning Joe Biden, who has a lovely basement. Don't get me wrong. I mean, the bookshelf is beautiful. Don't get me wrong. And the giant circles around the individuals that show up when he is out speaking to them, and then conveniently walks away without asking or being asked any questions is well, it's quite frankly not visually stunning, is it?
Well, I mean, Joe Biden is doing a very good job listening to his handlers, because anytime they take him out of the basement, he fumbles over himself, and he says completely inaccurate and really unbelievable statements. Yesterday, he tried to claim that President Trump was a racist elected to the White House. And it boggles my mind that Joe Biden would have the audacity to say anything under those lines when he himself gave the eulogy at a grand cyclops of the Ku Klux Klan's funeral. And he wants to talk about what's actually going on, let alone his comments about if you're black and you don't vote for him, quote, you ain't black, which we all know the use of the word ain't is not something that happens very often with Joe Biden. So he's trying to make himself seem different than he is. I mean, he's got a terrible record, the 94 crime bill, whatever it is. But anytime he gets out of the basement and he says something, his handlers have to rush in and clean up his mess again. So I understand why they want to hide him away, why they think that's good. But President Trump stands in front of the American people on almost a daily basis right now, telling them what's going on with the coronavirus, keeping them up to date, and taking any question from reporters, any question whatsoever. He'll answer it, he'll take it. And Joe Biden hasn't taken a question from a reporter. What day is it? Today is the 24th, in 24 days.
Yeah, what day is it? And then when you ask what day it is, there are a lot of days in between, that get from one point to another. And listen, it's only funny because it's true. But the point is this: Aaron Perrine joining us, the Deputy Communications Director for the Trump campaign, and you may have heard before we came to you that we've got this. We've got this change.org petition, the cancel culture all over the place. And how I said, listen, if the cancel culture is going to come here and tell us that Robert E. Lee County is going to be changed, well, I would like to have a say in that. And we're going to change Lee County to Trump County. And we're already up to 2,500 plus signatures on our change.org site. And there are a lot of people, even local representatives, that are feeling that they would like to get behind this because they understand what this means. And even Louis Gohmert, yesterday introducing a resolution to ban the Democrat Party because, hey, listen, if you want to go there, how about the people that supported slavery and supported the Confederacy? How about we recognize that and have them barred from participation in the House? Because certainly if the cancel culture and those that want to remove rather than discuss and be able to debate and talk about individuals and to be able to make learning opportunities for these situations and discuss truthfully. No, let's bar the Democrat Party. Let's just do. I thought that was brilliant and quite poignant.
Well, the Democrats have a very clear double standard here, right? They want to say that they are woke and that they are these new individuals who can understand when the Democrat Party was the party of slavery, was the party of Jim Crow and racism in this country. And it was a Republican president and Republicans who have been fighting for equality in this country for generations.
Yeah.
And so Democrats, Louis Gohmert, I used to work in the House of Representatives, and he is a fun member to be around.
He's the best. Love him. The best.
Just free will and a great time. But you guys named Trump County down there. You absolutely believe I'm going to be down there and come say hi to everybody, because that sounds like a great place to be.
Hey, I'll tell you, it is. And you need to be here and you need to visit. Listen, we love the president here. And Aaron, I'm just saying, if you know a few people, you might let them know that this is happening. And I'm just saying, but I'm putting that out there. But anyway, listen, we've got to run. I appreciate a few minutes. Hopefully we can do this again soon. And absolutely. Aaron Perrine joining us on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. All the best. We'll see you soon, okay?
Thanks.
All right. 239-479-5592 is the Tri-Town Construction Talk and Text line. Streaming live, we are at YouTube, so you could watch. There you go, at Drew Steele Radio. Let's do this. Let's take a break right now, and when we come back, here's quite the story for you this morning. Maybe you want to discuss Naples. The Vice Mayor, Terry Hutchison, says, hey, listen, maybe with everything that's going on and mask mandates and that kind of discussion and keeping you safe, maybe we should reach out to the community and bring up at the next city council meeting the idea that we should take the next step, which would be mandatory vaccines. Mandatory that you be vaccinated against the COVID. Think you have a say in that? Love to hear from you. 239-479-5592 coming up on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Right all along with traffic, here's Sabrina Katz.
Traffic is slowing in Collier County on Livingston Road, heading south to Immokalee Road. We still look great, though, on the interstate. Also delays west on Green Boulevard starting from around Santa Barbara. Traffic also slow on 41 northbound towards Vanderbilt Beach, but Goodlet Frank is still up to speed for right now. And the East Trail looks great if you're heading between Rattlesnake towards 951. That trip to the minute traffic, I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Friday, everyone. Today we return to a normal weather pattern here in Southwest Florida, which means sunny for most of the morning with a few clouds mixing in, and then scattered showers and storms come through by the later part of the day. We'll have high temperatures near 92 degrees and feels like temps in the upper 90s to near 100. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Blah, 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 blah. Gear up for the liberal loudmouths at work. Drew Steele, mornings on 92.5 Fox News.
Across.
All right, awesome. Before we come back from break, I wanted to see what you all are talking about on Facebook and YouTube. Streaming live, please. If you're here and visiting for the first time, please subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost anything. It's just cool because it allows us to keep this going. And also, you'll get an alert pops up so you'll know when we're on the air. You can listen, you can watch. Let's see. Wanda says, forced vaccines for all Democrats. Okay, you guys start. How about the Democrats? You guys start with the vaccines, forced vaccines, and we'll get back to you on it. How about that? Crypto says you're going to have to... Oh, no. Wait. Where? There's Crypto. Crypto says you're going to have to choose the red vaccine or the blue vaccine. I guess, yeah, there's... Patty says, choice of vaccines, we pass. And what else do we have? Yeah, Bill asked an interesting question. Is that constitutional? You know, when it comes to the Florida Constitution, I might like to ask a little bit about mask mandates, too. So in just about 15, 20 minutes, we'll have Byron Donalds, who's a state representative, who's talked about this at the state level. And so I'd like to see legally, I mean, how does this work? Let's talk about that. Maureen signed it. Come on for Trump County. Boom. Boom. Just like that. Mic drop. Thank you, Maureen. I appreciate that. And Tristan says as far as the baseball, NFL, all the other... Yeah, we should boycott the NFL and the MLB for supporting the alien. They'll want us to... Oh, wait. It says, they'll want us back when they lose all that money. Well, you know what? That's how you make... it's maybe how you make your voice heard. And Stephanie says, no vaccines here. All right, we're going to get back to some of your comments and your calls coming up.
Work with Governor DeSantis to grow our economy, cut taxes, and create jobs right here in Southwest Florida. When Governor DeSantis needed him, Ray Rodriguez delivered billions of dollars for water quality projects that will clean up our local waterways and reduce harmful Lake Okeechobee discharges. Ray Rodriguez understands water is our state's most precious resource and has been steadfast in prioritizing clean water. Ray Rodriguez is the trusted conservative we can count on to deliver results in the Florida Senate. He's 100% pro-life, stood with President Trump to fight illegal immigration, and delivered results in the fight for clean water.
I'm Ray Rodriguez, and I'm asking for your vote.
Paid by Ray Rodriguez, Republican for Florida Senate.
Visit Jason and Todd at the Diamond District.
Summer is in full swing, and my friends Jason and Todd with the Diamond District are continuing to liquidate the largest selection of GIA and Forevermark loose certified diamonds, engagement rings, and fashionable diamond jewelry.
For over 20 years, the Good Feet store has been helping people with foot pain get back to doing what they love without their feet getting in the way. Call 552-FEET or visit us at the Good Feet store in Naples or our newest location in Fort Myers.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, 239-479-5592. That's the Tri-Town Construction Talk and Text line. Streaming live on YouTube and Facebook as well. But YouTube, Drew Steele Radio. Go to YouTube, type in Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. Please subscribe to the channel while you're there. It'll help to keep us going. Hey, speaking of the virus and the fact that in Naples, the suggestion is being made by the Naples Vice Mayor, Terry Hutchison, that, hey, maybe we should discuss mandatory vaccines. What do you all think about that? 239-479-5592. You like the idea of mandating it? I'm wondering what the impetus is behind that. What is the numbers? What is the science and the data that would support that we would want to do that? And I know a lot of people are saying, well, come on, the science and the data is simple. We got a virus. It's out of control. And we got cases spiking through the ceiling. And even you had a guest on a few minutes ago that was talking about how the president wants to keep Floridians safe and the concerns about being able to do that in this world of Rona and the spike in cases. What do you have to say about that? Well, on the heels of the story that we had yesterday and some of the other stories about we're concerned about the numbers here in the state when we find out that there are individuals, not just one, but many people that are saying, I went to some of these drive-up testing places where I made an appointment, but I never went through with the test. And then 3 days later, I got a notice saying that I tested positive. How is that true? It's not just one person, but I've heard this from many different people. And so is the governor. And the governor made comments on this yesterday on Fox and Friends in the morning.
Well, it didn't happen in any of the sites that the state of Florida is running, thankfully. But, we have a lot. There's a testing industrial complex now. There's a lot of money at stake here, people cranking out these tests. There's private companies involved. So what we've asked is anyone that's gotten a letter, an email, anything, a text message, bring that forward because we want to hold people accountable.
Yeah, we want to hold people accountable is right. So I would suggest that you get a hold of the state and let them know if this has happened to you. All right, so mandatory vaccines. Are you on board? Would you be the first? Brandon is in Atlanta. Brandon has been holding patiently. You have a thought on this, Brandon? No, I can't hear Brandon there, Jake.
Hello?
There you are. Hey, Brandon, what your thoughts? Mandatory mandate, vaccines, mandatory mandates. Mandatory vaccines. Brandon, what do you think?
Well, it's my opinion that any local, state, or government, federal, it will not actually implement some sort of law where everyone is going to have to be vaccinated. That being said, we're going to probably be forced to get the vaccine after it's been out for a while because it'll begin more than likely with healthcare workers will be required to have the vaccine. Then local governments will require it if you are an employee for local governments. And then I would see corporations that will require the vaccine. So even though it won't be implemented as some sort of mandatory law, the majority of people are going to, in my opinion, at some point be forced to be vaccinated.
Well, Brandon, I think you've kind of made the point, but made the opposite point at the same time, which is ultimately you're going to hear about workers that. You've got healthcare workers, and then, like you said, you're going to have local municipalities, and that's the point here, is that we've got a local municipality that is considering this, and so that's where it would start. They would say, listen, if you want to work for the city of Naples, you're going to have to be vaccinated. Brandon, thanks. We got a lot of people that are calling, so I want to get to these calls. I appreciate the call from Atlanta, Brandon, and that's the point, that it's going to start like this. It's going to start with, hey, do we have to consider having our local employees here in the city of Naples be vaccinated? Gabe's in LA, wanted to weigh in on this. Hey, Gabe.
Hey, man, how you doing?
I'm good. What are your thoughts? Mandating vaccines.
First thing, shout out to Brandon in Atlanta. I'm from Gwinnett County, up outside of Atlanta, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
My question is this. We have a right to refuse to do vaccinations. Is that technically unconstitutional by mandating somebody to get a vaccine? Because me personally, I refuse to get a flu shot, never had one. I won't get one, and the reason why is because I believe that if I get it, my body will make the antibodies for the flu, and I'll get better. I've never had the flu, and people who get the flu vaccine, I seem to get the flu. So,
well, Gabe, that's going to be That is, and thanks for the call, Gabe. I appreciate it. That's going to be one of the issues, because remember something, if you want to have your children in school, they're going to have to be vaccinated. If you want to have this job, you're going to have to be vaccinated. These are the concerns that people have when you're talking about mandates. And then, the issue of my body. It's my body. I'm the one that has the right to do with what I want with my body. I've heard that someplace before. That argument holds across the board. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Stay by or stand by. Either way, we'll have more of this discussion coming up in just a minute on Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Lee County Commissioner Ray Sandelli has the business experience and conservative principles we need on our county commission, and Governor Ron DeSantis agrees. When Governor DeSantis appointed Ray Sandelli to the county commission, he said Ray's great business and military background will be of benefit to the community. And he has not let us down. Ray Sandelli is committed to continue working with Governor DeSantis to fight for clean water, to rebuild our economy, and to bring new jobs to Lee County. A Navy veteran, Ray Sandelli was an officer, aviator, and member of the prestigious Blue Angel flight demonstration team. And as a businessman, his career spanned for more than 40 years from coast to coast. Ray Sandelli knows what it takes to create jobs and grow an economy. He stands for lower taxes that puts more money in your pocket and less regulations to get government out of the way of job creators. Voting by mail has begun. Send in your ballot today with a vote for Ray Sandelli for Lee County Commission District 3.
Paid by Ray Sandelli, Republican, for Lee County Commission District 3.
Attention commercial building owners. The Flying Locksmiths of Southwest Florida are now open, specializing in automatic doors, access controls, and CCTV cameras. Visit them online at flyinglocksmiths.com. If it's on the door, we handle it.
Today, businesses are starting to bounce back, but what if you could do better than that? What if you could adapt and find new ways to succeed? With new customers? Well, Comcast Business wants to help you do just that. Learn how you can not just bounce back, but bounce forward at ComcastBusiness.com.
Are you tired of a government for developers and special interest groups with a negative impact on our quality of life? My name is Nick Betos, and this is why I'm running for Lee County Commission District 3. I was the first mayor of Estero and have been advocating for quality of life issues in Lee County for over 15 years. Our businesses and economy must have the support they need to recover from these trying times. Impact fees need to be reinstated to help build our roads, schools, and parks. Water quality must be our top priority. Mining expansion must be restricted. And the Conservation 2020 Fund must be used for what it was intended for, buying and preserving environmentally sensitive land. Remember to vote for Nick Betos on August 18th. Visit BetosForLeeCounty.com and Facebook at Betos for Lee County. Paid for by Nicholas Betos, Republican for Lee County Commission District 3.
The team at Best Home Services understands that this is a time of much uncertainty and much unknown. With this uncertainty comes feelings of fear and panic. Please know that we are here for you today, tomorrow, and into the future as we move forward together, safely and comfortably. We are all in this together, and as stewards of our community, we promise to continue to provide you the services needed to keep you and your family safe. You are not alone. Best Home Services, our family protecting your family.
President Trump says about the decision to cancel Republican National Convention events next month in Jacksonville, Florida because of the coronavirus outbreak. It's just not the right time.
We're setting an example. We don't want to have people so close together. We've had such enthusiasm. Everybody wanted to go there. It won't be your typical convention, I can say that, but it's going to be very safe. And I thought I had an obligation not to have large numbers, massive numbers of people crowded into a room.
The president with Fox's Sean Hannity. The Senate passes a defense spending bill.
Despite a veto threat from President Trump,
the yeas are 86, the nays are 14.
The Senate easily approving a national defense authorization bill, which includes a commission to come up with a plan to change Confederate-named bases. Both chambers have enough votes to override a veto unless lawmakers flip their positions.
Fox's Steve Rappaport. America's listening to Fox News.
This Wink News Update is presented by Stadium Dry Cleaners. Online at stadiumdrycleaners.com.
Now, this is a Wink News update.
I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News. Florida set another troubling record Thursday with 173 deaths, the most deaths reported in a single day so far. Since the start of the pandemic, 5,518 Floridians have died from coronavirus complications. Nearly 9% of all of those deaths were in Southwest Florida, though our area only accounts for about 6.5% of the state's population. The CDC has updated its guidance on reopening schools. It says scientific studies suggest transmission among children in schools may be low. It goes on to say extended school closures are harmful to children. It does recommend local officials consider closing schools or keeping them closed if there's substantial uncontrolled transmission of the virus. Lee County students will now go back to class August 31st. The school board decided to push back the start date. Now school will end on June 17th. President Trump's canceled the Jacksonville portion of the RNC. He cited our state's struggle to contain the virus. For the nomination, the president said a meeting of delegates will be held in the convention's originally planned location in Charlotte, North Carolina. The FHSAA has decided to push back fall sports until at least August 24th. It was originally supposed to start Monday. The association will meet again before August 17th to discuss whether it needs to push back that date again. The Cape Coral City Council is going to consider canceling its 50th anniversary event. They're expected to discuss that topic on Monday after the Parks and Rec Department recommended canceling it. It's currently planned for September 5th, Labor Day weekend. I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News.
Wink News traffic.
Traffic is slowing in Collier County on Livingston Road, heading south to Immokalee Road. We still look great, though, on the interstate. Also delays west on Green Boulevard starting from around Santa Barbara. Traffic also slow on 41 northbound towards Vanderbilt Beach, but Goodlip Frank is still up to speed for right now. And the East Trail looks great if you're heading between Rattlesnake towards 951. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Friday, everyone. Today we return to a normal weather pattern here in Southwest Florida, which means sunny for most of the morning with a few clouds mixing in, and then scattered showers and storms come through by the later part of the day. We'll have high temperatures near 92 degrees and feels like temps in the upper 90s to near 100. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Drive the lefties at work crazy with the facts. Get up to speed mornings with Drew Stevens.
92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
I want to talk about Stadium Dry Cleaners, my good friends. They are great people there. I've been going to Stadium Dry Cleaners, I'm telling you, for as long as I can remember. And you may know Larry Rose. Now, Larry is an experienced SEC and NFL referee. Well, I know Larry has a fantastic dry cleaner and a great businessman. Look, you're going to love Stadium Dry Cleaners. They have discounts for our first responders and seniors. They have multiple locations near Publix at Daniels Crossing in Fort Myers, the Gateway Trade Center in Fort Myers, and the Elegant Image Dry Cleaners next to Walgreens on Del Prado in Cape Coral. They are Lee County's leading dry cleaner since 1988. With 30 years of experience in Lee County, I'm telling you, I trust my family's dry cleaning to Larry and the team at Stadium Dry Cleaners. So will you visit them? Visit stadiumdrycleaners.com and look for their monthly specials for great savings.
Today's radicalized Democrat Party is attempting to dismantle, disarm, and discredit our frontline heroes. We must fight to stop them before it's too late. But to do that, we cannot send more weak leaders to Washington. It takes a bold, unapologetic conservative to stand up to the liberal mob and protect the institutions that make America great. We can't give in, and we can't give up. I'm Dr. William Figelstaller, and I approve this message because I'm the America First conservative you can trust.
Paid for by William Figelstaller, Republican, House District 19.
Eating dinner in your underwear?
Hey, put some clothes on.
Taking cold showers every hour? Or pitching a tent in front of your refrigerator to stay cool. These are things you can do to beat the heat in your home or stay cool this summer the right way with a $69 AC tune-up with no breakdown guarantee. Visit FloridaCoolToday.com for details. Carrier turn to the experts.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
Stay break 92.5 Fox News 239-479-5592. There's the Tri-Town Construction Talk and Text line. And don't forget to use the text line to text the word Trump to 239-479-5592 because there you'll go to the change.org page where you can sign the petition to change the name of Lee County to Trump County. Now, why in the world would we want to do that? Don't you like Lee County? Do you have a problem with it? I don't have a problem with it. You don't have a problem with it. But we do know that there are individuals that are out there that have a big problem with it, and that would be the cancel culture. And the cancel culture has continued to do all kinds of things, whether it's the removing of statues by force without you even having a say in it, whether it's the renaming of bases, military bases, without you having a whole lot of say. You know, the discussion that the country gets to have. And so if the cancel culture is going to be here in Southwest Florida, and they've already been knocking on the door here in Lee County, if people are starting to say, hey, we should consider a name change, what to consider? No. I'll tell you what. We'll make that decision. We want to change the name of Lee County to Trump County. And we can cancel the cancel culture. Thank you very much. So if you want to sign the petition, you just text the word Trump to 239-479-5592. And we're close to 2,500 signatures already and moving up. And there's a lot to talk about with that. So make sure you join in. Now, I did want to talk about this because on the heels of now the news that I would love to hear your opinion on, where we have Naples Vice Mayor Terry Hutchison saying, hey, maybe we should talk about mandatory coronavirus vaccines, everybody, in the near future. I mean, if we're doing mask mandates, why not mandate vaccines? In the next city council, they're talking about maybe bringing it up in the community. Really? Well, part of that I wanted to discuss with State Representative Byron Donalds right now, because I wanted to find out exactly how that works here in the state. I want to know, as far as mask mandates that we are hearing constitutionally, where we stand. And so Byron Donalds joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Good morning, Byron. How are you?
Good morning, Drew. How you doing?
Good. So what is exactly the stance here in the state constitutionally when it comes to mask mandates? What are we looking at here?
The state of Florida, and under Florida statutes, there is no provision anywhere in our statutes or in the Florida Constitution that gives any local government any authority to issue mask mandates. Definitely not to issue any mandate on taking a vaccine. I was at the city council meetings in Cape Coral, Fort Myers, Bonita Springs, and I was at the first meeting that was held in Collier County when they discussed these mask mandates. And what I told each member of the city council and the county commission was that they have no legal authority to make citizens wear masks. Nowhere in Florida Statute 252.36, which is the emergency powers listed for the governor of our state, is there any provision that gives local governments the authority to make citizens wear masks. The Florida Constitution is very clear in Article 1, Section 23, that the privacy of the citizens of the state of Florida is a power preserved to the people, not to be infringed by the state of Florida and any local government. And so what we have going on in Collier County and what Vice Mayor Hutchison is talking about is unlawful. It is not constitutional based upon Florida's constitution, and the state legislature has never granted them any authority to do any of these things.
So then what people have been asking me is then at a state level, if we don't have this available in the Constitution, if what you said obviously is true because it's there, I mean, you can read it for yourself, then how does, let's say, Collier County enforce mask mandates? How can they do it? What authority are they given? And is there an ability for someone to challenge?
Collier County has no authority. And this is what's terrible about this. You have local elected officials who basically yielded to fear and yielded to a bunch of emails in their inbox, and they've yielded to some special interest groups instead of realizing what the limits of their power are. I want to say this again for the listeners. The state of Florida, the Florida legislature has never given any local government the power to make you put something on your face. They simply don't have it. And what I think is going to happen is that when they try to enforce this mandate, they're going to be met with a lawsuit, and they're going to lose in state court because because the Florida legislatures never considered and never will consider, frankly, passing any law, giving local governments the power to tell you what you must put on your body, what you must wear on your body, and or what you must take in through a mandatory vaccination. That's never going to happen. And I would actually go further and say even Governor DeSantis, and people should understand, the emergency powers of the governor are very, very broad. But even in my opinion, Governor DeSantis doesn't have the authority to issue a mask mandate because the people of Florida are protected by Florida's Constitution, Article 1, Section 23. And the listeners should go read it and understand what the limits of local governmental power truly are.
So has it ever been brought up? I mean, obviously not the mask mandates, because this is something that seems to be, this is new, obviously, with the onset of the virus. But your time in Tallahassee, let's say in any legislative session that you've been in, even on the vaccine side, because of the Naples mayor bringing this up and the possibility of a vaccine mandate, has there ever been a time when you were in the state legislature where that was even discussed or brought up?
No, absolutely not. I mean, and this is what's really crazy about this, Drew. Is, I get it. Local officials are having to respond to people who are fearful and who are scared about COVID-19. But just because you're scared doesn't give you some new authority that's never been granted to you. Yeah. I'll tell you, my 4 years in the legislature, we've never contemplated such a law or such a bill. And even if somebody from the fringes even brought some crazy idea like this up, it would never see the light of day, because the members understand that there are limits to our powers as elected officials. We can't make people put something on their face. I know people are concerned, and if you want to protect yourself, protect yourself. If you want to wear the mask, wear the mask. But government can't mandate you do it, and government can't tell businesses to mandate that you do it.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to clear that up, and I appreciate a few minutes. State Representative Byron Donalds joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, because constitutionally we'd like to know where we stand here in the state when it comes to mask mandates and how they seem to be discussed and popping up, and how that's going to be enforced. So we'll see how this works out moving forward. All right, Byron, I appreciate a few minutes. Thanks so much.
All right. See you, Drew.
Okay. 239-479-5592. Rich is in Fort Myers. Rich wanted to weigh in on this. I don't know. What do you think, Rich? Does this worry you? In Naples, the vice mayor, Terry Hutchison, saying maybe in the next city council meeting we should be talking about this. Does it worry you that the conversation's even coming up about mandatory vaccines?
Oh, yeah. I'd never take the vaccine. I'll chance my life with COVID. The vaccine, I've watched multiple videos. It has a DNA that they're injecting into you, and it's forever. There's no way of it ever going away. It's also never been used on humans before. It's all tied into the digital dollar. They want to track you. They want to go to the digital dollar, and they have to be able to track you. And that's what this is all about.
All right, Rich. Well, I appreciate I appreciate the call, Rich. Carl's in Naples wanted to comment as well on this mandatory vaccine idea. What do you think, Carl?
Well, I'm against anything mandatory that a government tells you have to do. And thank you for having Byron on. I've met him many times. I think he's a good candidate. I really like what he stands for us down here. So thank you for having him on. Getting back to the vaccine, even to say mandatory vaccine, we don't even know long-term enough of what COVID does, never mind mandating a vaccine, and we don't know the long-term effects of a vaccine yet on this. So I think we have to have give it a couple of years at least to find out what any side effects of this vaccine might be before you start mandating that everybody takes it. So that's what I would have that. And also, what about some of the religious positions of people who don't take vaccines or don't get blood transfusions? So we're going to violate one of their rights.
Yeah, well, and in other jurisdictions, other areas, other municipalities. And Carl, thanks for the call. I appreciate it. Yeah, there were people. Yeah, there were religious exceptions that were discussed in other places with vaccine mandates for kids in school, and And there seems to be a lot of discussion on that in areas around the country constantly. You have the anti-vax movement that was out there. But again, this issue to me is one that is concerning because it feels too much like that there is no endpoint to a lot of these discussions. The mask mandate under the guise of we have all the evidence to show that if we mandate it that the cases are going to go down. But unfortunately, we don't have evidence. And as a matter of fact, quite to the contrary, we have evidence to show that the places that have had mask mandates have not had cases go down, but the opposite. California, 162% since the implementation of their mask mandate. The evidence is not clear. And with a vaccine that is just coming out now that has been rushed to market, a lot of people are concerned that if there were areas, specifically municipalities, that say, listen, the only way you're going to be able to work here is if you're vaccinated. Well, maybe some might have a say in this and have a problem with it. So that has to be in the discussion. 239-479-5592 is the Tri-Town Construction Talk and Text line. Streaming live on YouTube anytime you want to watch at Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. And please subscribe to the channel. We do appreciate that. It helps us to keep it going. A couple of other stories I wanted to touch on before we get to Drew's College coming up in just a second. I thought this was interesting if you're wondering how the president's doing in the state of Florida. You talk about elections and polls and how you feel about the polls. Well, I love how here the latest Rasmussen report shows that a week after finding that the president closed a 10-point gap with Joe Biden to just 3 points, now Rasmussen is saying that Trump has edged up another point as Biden has hit his ceiling. So there's numbers there on the Rasmussen poll that suggests that the president is starting to now move forward with the polling, only to find out that if you go to Florida Politics, a website that is not exactly, let's just put it this way, they kind of lean a little, well, I don't know. Okay, anyway, here's an interesting article. Joe Biden leads Donald Trump 13 points in the latest poll. What? Are you kidding me? Really? A Quinnipiac University poll released Thursday showing that Biden is the choice for 51% of those surveyed, 13 points ahead of the president. And then in the next paragraph, it says, the usual caveats apply, including Quinnipiac sampling, which are 28% Republican, 33% Independent, and 34% Democrat, does not look like most Florida elections. Still, Biden has gained momentum since April. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? People are demanding we have polls. We need pollsters. We need to hear from pollsters. We need polls. We need to find out more about the polls. And you can't trust the pollsters or the polls. Well, they haven't given us a very good reason to, but it's fun for them. And I guess it gives us a little, allows us to have some fun trying to handicap a race that you can't do and the numbers are all skewed. It's almost like when you're trying to figure out whether or not the numbers of COVID cases in the state of Florida going up or down, but you can't really tell because the numbers seem to be, I don't want to say fudged, but questions about positive cases in the state. People making serious decisions based on those numbers that aren't exactly giving us a whole lot of confidence when we hear some of the stories that even the governor has recognized about false positives and people saying that they died of COVID when they got into a motorcycle accident and had nothing to do with the COVID. But, it's just a couple of people, really. All right, let's do it right now. Jake Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Right now, caller number 5 at 239-479-5592. How would you like to play Drew's College? Let's have a little bit of fun on this Jake Day Friday. All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Right all along with traffic. Here's Sabrina Katz.
Traffic is slowing in Collier County on Livingston Road, heading south to Immokalee Road. We still look great, though, on the interstate. Also delays west on Green Boulevard, starting from around Santa Barbara. Traffic also slow on 41 northbound towards Vanderbilt Beach, but Goodlip Frank is still up to speed for right now. And the East Trail looks great if you're heading between Rattlesnake towards 951. That trip to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Friday, everyone. Today we return to a normal weather pattern here in Southwest Florida, which means sunny for most of the morning with a few clouds mixing in, and then scattered showers and storms come through by the later part of the day. We'll have high temperatures near 92 degrees and feels like temps in the upper 90s to near 100. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Serving up a tray load of truth today on 92.5 Fox News. News and smart views.
Conservative Ray Rodriguez shares our values, and he's fighting to deliver results. Ray Rodriguez stood with President Trump to ban sanctuary cities in Florida and hold government officials accountable who refuse to enforce our immigration laws. He also worked to pass E-Verify to protect American jobs and make it harder for illegals to find work. And he stood with President Trump to defend our Second Amendment rights. Conservative Ray Rodriguez worked with Governor DeSantis to grow our economy, cut taxes, and create jobs right here in Southwest Florida. When Governor DeSantis needed him, Ray Rodriguez delivered billions of dollars for water quality projects that will clean up our local waterways and reduce harmful Lake Okeechobee discharges. Ray Rodriguez understands water is our state's most precious resource and has been steadfast in prioritizing clean water. Ray Rodriguez is the trusted conservative we can count on to deliver results in the Florida Senate. He's 100% pro-life, stood with President Trump to fight illegal immigration, and delivered results in the fight for clean water.
I'm Ray Rodriguez, and I'm asking for your vote.
Paid by Ray Rodriguez, Republican for Florida Senate.
Hi there, I'm Dr. Svetlana Kogan, a board-certified internal medicine concierge physician on Fifth Avenue South. Almost 2 decades of clinical experience in New York taught me a lot about doctoring. My philosophy is that less medication is better. I prescribe healthy lifestyle, good food, and exercise to heal and prevent most of the health concerns. I teach my patients how to use herbs, vitamins, and supplements properly, and spend a great deal of time with each of my patients, empowering them with mind-body balancing steps to prevent illness and avoid hospitalization. If you're looking for an experienced doctor who is knowledgeable in holistic approach to health, check out my website, customlongevity.com. That's customlongevity.com to learn how becoming a part of my patient family can make you healthy and joyful again.
You know the problem in Washington? Too many politicians are full of should. They should keep promises, should serve the people, should avoid corruption. But when it's time to deliver, it's just a load of should. Then along comes Donald J. Trump, and the DC insiders, they lose their should. Byron Donalds is a lot like Trump that way. Donalds is willing to shake things up. You could take Trump's word for it.
I want to thank Representative Donalds. He's got a tremendous future ahead of him.
Now Byron Donalds is running for Congress. Donalds fought for low taxes in Tallahassee. He'll keep fighting to protect your paycheck in Congress. Donalds backs term limits. And Donalds stands with Trump to defend our police. Conservative Republican Byron Donalds for Congress. He'll make a difference in Washington. No should. Paid for by Club for Growth Action. Clubforgrowthaction.org and not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. Club for Growth Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to Todd. Todd's on Pine Island right now. He's standing right there in the middle of the island, waving to the crowds. Hi, Todd.
How you doing? Morning, Drew.
I'm doing well. Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics, and where you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Your associate's degree question, Todd, starts right now. Hey, Todd, do you remember in 2018, and Ron DeSantis won, right, the governorship here of the great state of Florida, but who did he defeat?
God, the guy.
That guy. The guy that he beat.
Yeah. The guy that got in the hotel there.
The guy that. Hey, Jake, can we accept the guy that got caught in the hotel there? I'm just waiting for a ding or a buzz. Yes, we can. That is Andrew Gillum. Andrew Gillum, the guy that got caught in the hotel. That's right, Andrew Gillum. That's right. It's we can. It's a Jake day. It's Friday. Whatever Jake says. All right, so it is associates for you so far. Let's see if you get a bachelor's on this question. The highest court in the United States is called?
Supreme Court.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got a bachelor's degree. We'll see if you get a master's degree on this question. Do you know who won the nomination for the Democrat Party to run for president in 2016? Who was that? 2016.
Hillary Clinton.
That is correct. All right. A little late with the bell there, Jake. All right, he's busy. You got a master's degree. Let's see if you get a PhD on this question. Who was the first, listen carefully, it's multiple choices, only two. Who was the first Roman Catholic to be vice president of the United States? Who was the first Roman Catholic to be vice president of the United States? Was it Joe Biden or JFK?
JFK.
Say that again?
JFK?
No, it was Joe Biden. Joe Biden was the first, first vice president. See? All right, well, listen, congratulations there. You got yourself a master's degree today on Drew's College, so you can wave to all of those that are looking at you right now on Pine Island and say hi, and we appreciate you playing there, Todd. And stay right there because we got to tell you how you're going to get your diploma, and you get to talk to Jake and all kinds of fun stuff. It's because you were right all along. You know that.
I appreciate it.
All
Thanks,
right.
Drew.
Stay there, Todd.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. My friends at Zero Res Carpet and Tile Cleaning want to let you know, look, your safety and your family's safety is their top priority. In the light of the current health and safety concerns, Zero Res wants to let you know about some of the procedures and preventative measures for added protection. Practicing safe social distancing while in your home. You can even leave or stay in another room and they can communicate with you by phone. How cool is that? Cleaning and disinfecting all equipment with EPA-registered disinfectants between each job. The techs are wearing gloves and booties. They're supplementing the supply of products that are EPA approved to clean and disinfect hard surfaces, and as an added preventive measure, and no additional fee, they're going to treat doorknobs with the EPA approved hospital grade disinfecting products. Look, the top priority is to create peace of mind by providing people with healthy, safe, clean home and work environments, and they're going to continue to do just that through this difficult time. Give them a call at 239-932-9376. That's 239-932-9376 or online at ZeroResSWFL.com. Spell it backwards or forwards, it still spells the same. Zerorez.
Hi, this is Matt Caldwell. I spent 8 years in the Florida House fighting for our conservative values. We cut billions in taxes, balanced our budget every year, removed government barriers to job growth, and made huge strides in fixing our water quality. Now I'm looking to use that experience as your next Lee County property appraiser. I've spent the past 20 years working as a professional property appraiser in both the residential and commercial markets. It's something I know well, and I'm the only candidate with this experience in the industry. I'm Matt Caldwell, and through the years, I've proven myself as a trusted, principled conservative. More than ever, it is crucial that we have strong conservatives with a proven record, someone in office that you know will not back down and will always defend our values. I have served you before, and I'm ready to do it again. I'm Matt Caldwell. I'm running for Lee County Property Appraiser, and I'm asking for your vote. Paid by Matt Caldwell, Republican for Lee County Property Appraiser.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 8 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
This Wink News update is presented by CFS Roofing. Online at cfsroofing.com.
Now, this is a Wink News update.
I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News. Florida set another troubling record Thursday with 173 deaths, the most deaths reported in a single day so far. Since the start of the pandemic, 5,518 Floridians have died from coronavirus complications. Nearly 9% of all of those deaths were in Southwest Florida, though our area only accounts for about 6.5% of the state's population. The CDC has updated its guidance on reopening schools. It says scientific studies suggest transmission among children in schools may be low. It goes on to say extended school closures are harmful to children. It does recommend local officials consider closing schools or keeping them closed if there's substantial uncontrolled transmission of the virus. Lee County students will now go back to class August 31st. The school board decided to push back the start date. Now school will end on June 17th. President Trump's canceled the Jacksonville portion of the RNC. He cited our state's struggle to contain the virus. For the nomination, the president said a meeting of delegates will be held in the convention's originally planned location in Charlotte, North Carolina. The FHSAA has decided to push back fall sports until at least August 24th. It was originally supposed to start Monday. The association will meet again before August 17th to discuss whether it needs to push back that date again. The Cape Coral City Council is going to consider canceling its 50th anniversary event. They're expected to discuss that topic on Monday after the Parks and Rec Department recommended canceling it. It's currently planned for September 5th, Labor Day weekend. I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News.
Wink News traffic.
Traffic is slowing in Collier County on Livingston Road, heading south to Immokalee Road. We still look great, though, on the interstate. Also delays west on Green Boulevard starting from around Santa Barbara. Traffic also slow on 41 northbound towards Vanderbilt Beach, but Goodlip Frank is still up to speed for right now. And the East Trail looks great if you're heading between Rattlesnake towards 951. That trip to the Minute Traffic, I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Friday, everyone. Today we return to a normal weather pattern here in Southwest Florida, which means sunny for most of the morning with a few clouds mixing in, and then scattered showers and storms come through by the later part of the day. We'll have high temperatures near 92 degrees and feels like temps in the upper 90s to near 100. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Get more than what the internet tells you. Get up to speed on The Drive with Trey Radel. Weekdays 5 to 7. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Take control of your home's water. What does that even mean? Well, look, if you're thinking about taking control of the chlorine that's in your water, you're just tired of it. You know it's ruining your appliances. And you know that your family does not enjoy drinking water out of the faucet. They don't enjoy showering in it. Give Pelican Water Systems a call. Talk to my buddy Max. Schedule your free Pelican water test right now. Man, you're not going to believe what you find in your water. And they don't need to come in your home to test it. They have a zero contact option. And for city or well water, you're going to love the way your water tastes from every faucet. And Pelican, as you probably know, has both the industry-leading salt-free smart combo, so there's no lugging in bags of salt, and they have the Advantage salt system as well, so they have both salt and salt-free. And this month, you can save 15% on the Pelican salt-free smart combo. It's the same one I have, with UV protection. Now, UV protection, it helps reduce harmful bacteria, and it even works in a boil water alert. Had those before? Well, Pelican Water Specialists are standing by, taking your call right now. 239-880-7799. That's 239-880-7799. Or schedule online at PelicanWestFL.com.
Today's radicalized Democrat Party is attempting to dismantle, disarm, and discredit our frontline heroes. We must fight to stop them before it's too late. But to do that, we cannot send more weak leaders to Washington. It takes a bold, unapologetic conservative to stand up to the liberal mob and protect the institutions that make America great. We can't give in, and we can't give up. I'm Dr. William Figglestaller, and I approve this message because I'm the America First conservative you can trust.
Paid for by William Figglestaller, Republican, House District 19.
Visit Jason and Todd at the Diamond District.
Summer is in full swing, and my friends Jason and Todd with the Diamond District are continuing to liquidate the largest selection of GIA and Forevermark loose certified diamonds, engagement rings, and fashionable diamond jewelry.
Attention commercial building owners, the Flying Locksmiths of Southwest Florida are now open, specializing in automatic doors, access controls, and CCTV cameras. Visit them online at flyinglocksmiths.com. If it's on the door, we handle it.
At Fisher Investments, we do things differently, and other money managers don't understand why.
Because our way works great for us.
But it may not work for your clients. That's why Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, obligated to put clients first. It's the highest standard for a financial advisor.
So, what do you provide? Cookie-cutter portfolios like the rest of us?
No cookie-cutter portfolios here. Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to meet each client's goals and needs.
But you do sell investments that earn you high commissions, right? And make commissions when you make trades for your clients?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission investment products, and we never earn commissions on trades.
So what's in it for you?
Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. When it comes to helping clients achieve a comfortable retirement, we're clearly different. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592. That's the Tri-Town Construction Talk and Text line. Streaming live on YouTube. You can watch. You can see us right now. Streaming live on Drew Steele Radio. Steele with 3 E's. Just go to YouTube and type that in. Please subscribe while you're there. When you subscribe, it helps to keep us on, keep us going, and make it available to you on YouTube and Facebook if you're there watching as well. A lot of people comment on Facebook, so you can get a chance to see some of the comments of folks, which is always a lot of fun. And we appreciate that. Even people commenting on mandatory vaccine conversation in Naples. Mary says, mandatory vaccines? I think not. So that was brought up. We can talk about that coming up. That was by the Vice Mayor, Terry Hutchison, who says, hey, if we're talking about mask mandates that are really going to be hard to enforce because here in the state, there really isn't the ability to do these mask mandates and then to enforce them. I guess we'll find out soon enough. But why don't we throw in mandatory vaccines as well as a discussion? Not that Mayor Hutchison wants to do it, not that he's in favor of doing it, but it's a good thing to just kind of, let's just bring it up and talk about it. Woo! So maybe that's you. You want to talk about it. Hey, listen, we could talk about the fact that the cancel culture is coming at your door and we're gathering up more signatures. The change.org petition is growing by the minute. You want to change Lee County to Trump County? Well, why would you want to do that, Drew? Come on, Lee County, what's the matter with the name? Well, I don't have a problem with Lee County. You don't have a problem with Lee County. Problem is that there are individuals, minorities of people, very small minority of individuals who are telling the majority, the large number of individuals, what they have to do in their life, how they have to live, how they have to vote, how they have to react, how they have to kneel, how they have to stand, how they have to rip down statues, how they're not allowed to have that painting, and many other questions in life that they get to decide for you. And I say no. We cancel the cancel culture. You're going to come into Southwest Florida and you're going to decide that Robert E. Lee, the name of Lee County, is not good enough anymore? Well, all right, let's change the name of Lee County to Trump County. You okay with that? I'm okay with that. Why don't we do that? So just text the word Trump right now to 239-479-5592. You can sign the change.org petition. We're getting close to 2,500 plus, which is awesome. We keep it growing. Hey, we got to start talking about logos and keychains and T-shirts, and we got to start talking about a whole lot of other things and the process, and we will get some folks on board. I'm not messing around. I know you're not either. We can talk this morning about the president making the decision to cancel the Jacksonville portion of the convention, the Charlotte dotting the I's, crossing the T's. Yeah, that's it. Will still take place, obviously, in the middle or the end of August, but the Jacksonville portion is not going to happen. So the president is all about making sure that we want to keep people in the state of Florida safe, and the concerns of the uptick in the number of coronavirus cases, which we can even talk about that and how legit these numbers are. But the fact that when you get 30,000, 50,000, 80,000, who knows how many thousand crammed together in a small space, that might right now may not be the best time, understanding that. And believe me, it would be that many and then some. I wonder how many Joe Biden would get if he were to have the same kind of situation going on.
Not a joke.
Probably would be a joke, actually. But that's a whole other subject. So we can talk about that. Also, this morning, some of the other things that I wanted to bring up, some of the interesting issues of just the pastime and just trying to get away from the news. And isn't it a wonderful thing that we have sports to lean on? We can lean on sports. Even the president yesterday, Mariano Rivera, who now half the country is going to negate and cancel and dismiss because he was there on the White House lawn with the president throwing around a baseball with little leaguers because it was the opening day of baseball season. And even Mariano Rivera asking the president about his thoughts on the America's great pastime.
What does it mean to you as the president of the United States to have baseball back?
Baseball's back, and as the president, what does it mean, America's great pastime?
Well, especially in this time where we have the COVID and we have all of the things going on and we're opening up our country again. So to have baseball back is so, even though it's an abbreviated season, to have baseball back means so much to me and to the country.
It does. It means a lot having it back, and even in the country. And Mariano Rivera was saying, what?
Oh, yes, a lot. And playing the game of baseball, we know that it's an American pastime. So, I mean, a lot of people, families, kids, waiting for the game. So, starting tonight.
Yep, starting yesterday, a lot of kids, a lot of families waiting for the games they want to watch. They just want to be able to watch a sporting event and not have to deal with the politics, and not have to deal with COVID, and not have to deal with political drama and all kinds of things that are happening in their life. They just want the American pastime to be able to... this just in, you're not allowed to. Because Major League Baseball decided to take a step in wokeness yesterday, as the Washington Nationals and the New York Yankees all kneeled in support of Black Lives Matter. But they stood for the anthem. Oh, no. They stood for the anthem, but they kneeled in support of Black Lives Matter. Every single one of them. And as Morgan Freeman had some kind of message playing over the loudspeaker for everybody to hear, families, kids, those that want to escape and get away from the politics of the day. No, you don't get that opportunity. Anybody worried about that? Disgusted by that? Really just wanted to and thought they were going to have an opportunity to step away from that? Black Lives Matter, the organization Black Lives Matter, the organization that corporations, sports teams, extremely rich athletes all are supporting, the organization Black Lives Matter. And when you go to their website, Black Lives Matter, and you go to their website and you click on their donate button, because you as a company, corporation, you as an individual want to support Black Lives Matter, and you're supporting with your donation the movement, right? I mean, you're supporting... Well, it's going to Act Blue charities. If you click donate on the Black Lives Matter website to donate to Black Lives Matter, the money that you give goes to Act Blue. Clearly, Act Blue isn't political in any way. It's about Black Lives Matter. It goes to that movement, or does it? It goes to Act Blue. Act Blue is powering Democratic candidates, committees, parties, organizations, and C4s around the country. That's right, everybody. With all the protests and all the kneeling and everything that's going on, and the attention to Black Lives Matter, and do you believe Black Lives Matter? They're not talking about the statement Black Lives Matter, but they're talking about the organization. And then people donate because they do believe Black Lives Matter, and they want to help the organization. What they're actually doing is giving money to Democrats. Isn't it interesting that we've been talking about Democrats and how they've been having a hard time fundraising and not keeping up with the RNC and not being able to keep up with Republicans or the President of the United States? Man, if there was just a way that we could help to bring some money to Democrat candidates and committees and parties and organizations and C4s around the country, that would help to promote, Planned Parenthood and NARAL and some other... No, I'm not kidding. That's where the money's going, everybody. So congratulations. What you're doing is you're helping Democrats get elected by giving your money to Democrats.
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So you mean to tell me that during the month of May, when Joe Biden was in his basement, all that money he raised wasn't from the beautiful words and speeches that he gave?
We don't know. We don't know, Jake. Look at you, Jake.
$1 is a lot of money.
Jake, it's fascinating. Thank you, Jake. I thought on a Jake Day on a Friday that you would, we call Jake Day Fridays Jake Day because it's the day that Jake completely unplugs. And I thought you were completely unplugged today during this program, and you're not. You're paying attention, and I like that.
Yeah, I was raising my hand, but I forgot you.
I can't see you right now. Sorry. But yes, there is some question as to what you're supporting. And now it seems to be Black Lives Matter seems to be an arm of the Democrat Party. Anybody have a problem with that? A question about that? Maybe want to raise some questions about it? No. Shh. Can't do that. Don't do that. Just sit back. Calm down. Relax. We got this. So we got that we can talk about, just in case you were wondering. We also have, oh boy, we got all kinds of news. Where else do you want to go? Look, at least we haven't heard anything about the questions of mask mandates and masks and using masks. And clearly, if masks work, and we have all the science out there that would show that if we just mask up, that this virus will go away, which we don't actually, but there are people that believe that that's the case. And if we all mask up, then, hey, listen, I'm assuming that if we mask up, then everybody's safe in areas where it's really difficult to social distance. The mask thing helps. So then we should all be able to go to nursing homes and hospitals, right, to visit loved ones who we may never see again. I'm assuming the doctors use masks. So if we go in there using masks, and I'm assuming that everything is safe and everything is fine. Can I say that? And on top of that, then I'm assuming that we wouldn't have any problem with people showing up to vote, right? That's a good thing. So everybody in Southwest Florida, everybody in the state of Florida, everybody across the country, we should not have one single person saying anything anymore about the idea that, it's for their safety and well-being that we have to do mail-in voting only. Not absentee where you send a request for it, we send you the ballot, and then you send it back. No. But just a mass, we'll just pick names at random. We'll see dead or alive. It doesn't make a difference. Dogs, cats, hey, they're all people. And we'll just pick names at random, and Fluffy will get a ballot, and it'll come in, and I'll bet Fluffy loves Democrats. You know how cats love Democrats. Dogs don't, but that's a whole other story. So anyway, the point is that there wouldn't be anything that we would talk about when it comes to the risk of mail-in balloting. I mean, it's not like there's any story right now that has come out in the past 24 hours that would talk about the issues of ballot fraud of Democrats. It doesn't happen. Department of Justice charged a former U.S. congressman with ballot fraud, according to Thursday's press release. Michael Myers, that's a creepy name, is accused of fraudulently stuffing the ballot boxes for specific candidates in the 2014, 2015, and 2016 primary elections, bribery of an election official, falsification of records, voting more than once in federal elections, and obstruction of justice. That Democrat congressman charged with ballot fraud. But it doesn't happen. Stop it. It doesn't happen. So I want everybody to just ignore what I just said for the past 15 to 20 seconds and rewind your life, everybody, because nothing to see here. You're good. Move along. Hey, anybody want to weigh in on the mandatory vaccines that was suggested by the vice mayor in Naples? I mean, listen, we got to do something, right? How many people out there might want to comment on this? 239-479-5592. Why don't we take a break, Jake? And when we come back, maybe we'll ask more of you about Naples Vice Mayor Terry Hutchison. This is like, I'm not in favor of mandatory vaccines. And in light of, mandatory masking, we might want to take another step and talk about this. Is that right? Another step? Yeah. You want to go first? About Joe Biden. Maybe Joe Biden wants to go first on the vaccines. Not really sure about how I feel about that yet, but I'd love to hear how you feel. All right, let's talk about that next on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Right all along with traffic, here's Sabrina Katz.
Traffic is slowing in Collier County on Livingston Road, heading south to Immokalee Road. We still look great, though, on the interstate. Also delays west on Green Boulevard, starting from around Santa Barbara. Traffic also slow on 41 northbound towards Vanderbilt Beach, but Goodlet Frank is still up to speed for right now. And the East Trail looks great if you're heading between Rattlesnake towards 951. That trip to the Minute Traffic, I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Friday, everyone. Today we return to a normal weather pattern here in Southwest Florida, which means sunny for most of the morning with a few clouds mixing in, and then scattered showers and storms come through by the later part of the day. We'll have high temperatures near 92 degrees and feels like temps in the upper 90s to near 100. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
92.5 Fox News, making Southwest Florida great every day.
92.5 Fox News.
Home is truly where the heart is. CFS Roofing Services understands that. When I saw what CFS did for my neighbor's roof, I called them. Everyone was professional, and owner David Crowther has nearly 4 decades of experience. It's obvious they care.
CFS Roofing Services, where your home matters most. Visit cfsroofing.com or call 239-561-2600. I'm David Crowther, and I approve this message.
Summer clearance event going on now at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Lowest prices ever on over 1,500 new and certified pre-owned vehicles. All new Jeep Gladiator lease, $259 per month. Loaded luxurious Grand Cherokee Limited lease, $279 per month. New Ram Bighorn Crew Cab lease, just $299 per month. That's right, award-winning Ram trucks, $299 per month. Plus at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, you can drive payment-free for 3 months, interest-free for 6 years, and worry-free up to 100,000 miles. Plus, our parts service and body shop are open to serve you. Summer clearance event featuring Ram Bighorn Crew Cabs for $299 per month at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, 1/2 mile south of Daniels Parkway on US 41 in Fort Myers. Open every day, including Sunday. Call 239-481-2600. GallianaCars.com. 42 month leases, 10,000 miles per year, $32.94 due at signing plus tax, tag, title, 0 security deposit, $13.88 per month per thousand borrowed for 72 months at 0% APR with 0 down with lender approval. Offers don't combine.
Hi, I'm Jim Levins, and I'm running for Lee County Sheriff. For more than 30 years, I've served on the front lines of law enforcement, all right here in Lee County. Now, as radicalized Democrats attempt to open our borders, destroy our churches, and defund the police, it is more important than ever to have a pro-cop, pro-Trump, pro-law and order sheriff who won't give in to the liberal mob and who will fight for you each and every day. That's exactly who I am, and that's exactly what I'll do. I'm Jim Levins, running for Lee County Sheriff, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Jim Levins, Republican for Lee County Sheriff.
If you're looking for a great-paying part-time job with flexible hours, check out 2020 Census Jobs. You may have another job, or not. You may even be retired or looking for some extra income, but you can also help make sure that everyone gets counted. So apply today at 2020census.gov/jobs to help strengthen your community.
I'm Dan Severson, Navy Top Gun fighter pilot. Spent 22 years in the Navy protecting the Constitution. Now I'm running for Congress. I am the only proven ultra-conservative in this race. I will support President Trump, and I want to be his wingman to carry on the conservative policies he has enacted that make America great. Elect me on August 18th in the primary and then in November for the general election, and I guarantee you'll get a fighter pilot in Washington, D.C. I'm Dan Severson, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Dan Severson for Congress.
Attention commercial building owners. The Flying Locksmiths of Southwest Florida are now open, specializing in automatic doors, access controls, and CCTV cameras. Visit them online at flyinglocksmiths.com. If it's on the door, we handle it.
Today, businesses are starting to bounce back, but what if you could do better than that? What if you could adapt and find new ways to succeed? With new customers? Well, Comcast Business wants to help you do just that. Learn how you can not just bounce back, but bounce forward at ComcastBusiness.com.
If you're far from water, you might think a flood can't happen to you. But the truth is, there are hidden risks that can leave your property vulnerable, like runoff from new development, changing weather patterns, and even wildfires. But if you have flood insurance, you have peace of mind, knowing that you can recover faster. Protect the life you've built. Visit floodsmart.gov/storm to learn more. Brought to you by FEMA and its National Flood Insurance Program.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
Stay break, 92.5 Fox News, 239-479-5592 is the Tri-Town Construction talk and text line. Hey, good news here is that at least, Andrew Cuomo, the fantastic, unbelievable governor of the state of New York, who has done such an incredible job in the state, especially with the transmission of COVID. Just ask folks in the nursing homes there in New York. How he comments on bars, and he got to shut down the bars, and he wants to define what a bar is and is not, and the consumption of food is a big portion of what bars do and what that even means. And we come to find out, look, at least he's not mentioned anything about chicken wings. I mean, that would be ridiculous.
If it's a bar, you had to have food available, soups, sandwiches, etc. More than just hors d'oeuvres, chicken wings. You had to have some substantive food. The lowest level of substantive food were sandwiches.
Did he do that? So apparently, if you're it's the chicken wing consumption that really is something we've got to control. And if we control the amount of chicken wings you eat, then certainly the amount of transmission from the virus will be tamped down. It's a known fact that chicken wings bring in more COVID transmission than. I can't do it. All right, let's see. We got a lot of people that are holding on that want to comment. Let's see. How about Denise in Fort Myers? Denise wanted to comment on Naples and the suggestion by the vice mayor that, hey, maybe we should consider mandatory coronavirus vaccines in the near future. Denise?
Hey, Drew. First time I got to get through, so thank you.
Are you Denise or Dennis?
No, I'm Denise. I'm transgender,
Oh,
and I'm
okay.
right-wing.
Okay, sorry about that. Spelled on the wrong on my screen. Go ahead.
All right. See, I'm against it because it's been developed. It will be developed too quickly. But I know that it's going to end up going through because of today's society. And the primary reason why I know it's going to go through is because we have mandatory shots for kids in schools. And if you don't get the shots, you don't go to school.
Well, you make a great point. One that, and I heard the music, Jake, and thanks for the call. I appreciate it. That's one of the points that you have made that many others have been texting 239-479-5592. And it's about the fact that, look, if they're going to do it in schools, and sooner or later, there's going to have to be the discussion about mandatory coronavirus vaccines, right? I mean, hey, if you want to work for the city, you got to do it.
92.5 Fox News.
This is State Representative Spencer Roach. 2 years ago, I asked you to trust me with your vote to be your voice in the state capitol. I told you that I would not let you down, and I haven't. I voted to ban sanctuary cities and to give the governor the power to remove any elected official who provides sanctuary to illegal aliens. I voted to strip away anti-free market regulations that grant monopolies to the healthcare industrial complex. I supported teacher pay raises, and I'm proud to say that I was a leading co-sponsor on the bill to prevent minors from getting abortions without their parents' knowledge. As rioters march across the country and socialists attempt to overthrow our government, we need leaders tough enough to protect our freedoms, secure our communities, and rebuild our economy. I'm Spencer Roach, and you can trust me to stand up and fight for our liberty, protect our history, and maintain law and order. And that's why I'm asking for your vote. Paid for by Spencer Roach, Republican for Florida House, District 79.
Rates. How are things looking?
There is a lot of talk about mortgage rates these days, and for good reason. Mortgage rates are nearing the lowest levels we've seen in years. Anyone that purchased their home in 2017 or 2018 should check into refinancing their mortgage to get a lower interest rate. Give us a call at 313-5000 or apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com. You'll work directly with one of our loan officers right here in Southwest Florida. Our no closing cost program allows you to refinance with no fees out of pocket, no fees rolled into your loan, and you won't pay any Florida mortgage taxes either. If you took out a mortgage in 2017 or 2018, or you have an interest rate above 4%, or you are paying mortgage insurance, also known as PMI, call us at 313-5000, that's 313-5000, or apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
Majority Leader of the Florida House, Dane Eagle.
I'm Dane Eagle. I'm running for Congress because experience matters. We need proven conservatives fighting for us in Washington. As the Republican Majority Leader of the Florida House, I have proven myself as a trusted conservative. I cut over $10 billion in taxes while balancing Florida's budget. And I've tackled immigration. I fought beside Governor DeSantis to ban sanctuary cities and pass E-Verify. I'm Dane Eagle, and I approve this message because we cannot afford to take another chance on inexperienced, unproven candidates based on campaign ads. That has failed us in the past, and it will fail us again. When I say I'll do something, it's not an empty promise. It's something I've already proven I can and will do. I'm Dane Eagle, and I have the experience to bring back our economy, fight illegal immigration, and keep America great. Send me to Congress. I will stand with President Trump, and I will fight for America. That's a promise, not an ad.
Thank you, Dane.
Paid for by Dane Eagle for Congress.
Are your kids on the computer all day? Pulling the power cord can get them onto the playground. creative moms can keep kids active and healthy. Get ideas at letsmove.gov. Brought to you by the USDA, HHS, and the Ad Council.
92.5 Fox News.
This Wink News Update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Now, this is a Wink News Update.
I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News. Florida set another troubling record Thursday with 173 deaths, the most deaths reported in a single day so far. Since the start of the pandemic, 5,518 Floridians have died from coronavirus complications. Nearly 9% of all of those deaths were in Southwest Florida, though our area only accounts for about 6.5% of the state's population. The CDC has updated its guidance on reopening schools. It says scientific studies suggest transmission among children in schools may be low. It goes on to say extended school closures are harmful to children. It does recommend local officials consider closing schools or keeping them closed if there's substantial uncontrolled transmission of the virus. Lee County students will now go back to class August 31st. The school board decided to push back the start date. Now school will end on June 17th. President Trump's canceled the Jacksonville portion of the RNC. He cited our state's struggle to contain the virus. For the nomination, the president said a meeting of delegates will be held in the convention's originally planned location in Charlotte, North Carolina. The FHSAA has decided to push back fall sports until at least August 24th. It was originally supposed to start Monday. The association will meet again before August 17th to discuss whether it needs to push back that date again. The Cape Coral City Council is going to consider canceling its 50th anniversary event. They're expected to discuss that topic on Monday after the Parks and Rec Department recommended canceling it. It's currently planned for September 5th, Labor Day weekend. I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News.
Wink News traffic.
Slow traffic on MLK Boulevard approaching Buckingham Road. Also delays on Colonial heading east towards 6 Mile. Very busy morning as well on Colonial between Veronica Shoemaker and Metro Parkway. If you are in Cape Coral, traffic is nice and smooth heading over both bridges, but as you're getting off of that Midpoint Bridge into Fort Myers, traffic is slowing on Colonial east to Summerlin Road. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Friday, everyone. Today we return to a normal weather pattern here in Southwest Florida, which means sunny for most of the morning with a few clouds mixing in, and then scattered showers and storms come through by the later part of the day. We'll have high temperatures near 92 degrees and feels like temps in the upper 90s to near 100. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Drew Steele in the morning and Trey Radel in the afternoon. 2 doses of what cures liberalism. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Steven Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food, stay for the sports.
It's Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page. Do you feel like you're the forgotten person in this great country, working hard all your life and contributing to this country's greatness, but taken for granted by our politicians' quest for voters? Using their slogan, more taxes will set you free. At Stevie's, you are not forgotten. We love our customers and never want them to feel forgotten. We deliver the value you deserve with our food, service, and pricing. Making our customers feel special is our happiness. As the only cater to the forgotten person. Those of you who go about every day doing what it takes for them and their family while contributing to its greatness, its culture, and values. I personally invite you to allow us to be a small part of what makes you feel special, and we promise to obtain your complete satisfaction. I guarantee it. For daily specials, go to StevieTomato.com. Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. Come, come, come.
We are Moran Wealth Management. Passionate about learning what's important to you and your family. Personable, with 24 professionals dedicated to attentive, customized service and focused on client relationships. Performance-driven. As part of Barron's top 1,200 advisors, Tom Moran, founder, CEO, and senior PIM portfolio manager, is Florida's highest-ranked advisor for 2019. Call 239-920-4440 today, or visit MoranWealthManagement.com. Moran Wealth Management. Passionate, personable, performance-driven. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors.
You good? Do you need more time?
Included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention.
I hope not.
Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC.
Good.
And Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, 239-479-5592 is the Tri-Town Construction Talk and Text line, streaming live on YouTube at Drew Steele Radio. Would you do me a favor and go to Drew Steele Radio, just type it in, Steele with 3 E's there on YouTube, and then just go ahead and click subscribe so that we can keep this going. It allows you to watch us on YouTube. For those that watch us on Facebook, that's how we do it. So if you would please subscribe, we appreciate it. Thank you so much. Now, typically on each and every day at this time, we do the top 5 audio clips of the day, the 5 at 8:35. But I thought rather than do that, we can incorporate one of the thrills, the absolute thrills that many people have in Southwest Florida when taking to the screen and taking to the microphone. Somebody that you can watch, so you can see that look at that face. There he is. It's John Cassio. And what do you do again? That's
I'm your boss, Drew.
Yeah, that's right. It's my boss. And I thought we would kind of bring him in for the conversation because a lot of people love the muted tones of John Cassio and how typically he's not very excited or upset about anything. He doesn't.
That's exactly what my family tells me.
I can't even say it with a straight face. So I thought I'd bring you in the conversation to talk about some of the issues, whether it's local, national, maybe some of the things. Oh, I can say national, as in Washington National. Hey, are you excited that baseball is back and the Washington Nationals and the New York Yankees, they played last night, didn't they?
I am excited that baseball's back. Here's what I'm not excited about, Drew, is the kneeling. And I know last night it was before the national anthem. Yeah. But it got me thinking, and we've talked about this before off air. I wanted to bring it on. I know it might be an unpopular thought on this station, but I want to say it because here's my thing.
Oh, okay. Wait. Are you prefacing by saying this?
And if you disagree with me, you're absolutely wrong.
Okay. All right. So I'm ready. I got to get ready for this. Hold on. What you're about to say, I'm going to disagree with. And because I'm going to disagree with what you're saying, it is so profound.
You're wrong.
I'm wrong. Go.
Okay. So the national anthem needs to stop being played before sporting events.
Thanks. John Cassio's got to go, everybody. Thanks for joining. What?
It is not necessary. Here's the thing. We know what country we're in when we go to baseball games. You do not need – it's a made-for-TV event that someone came up with years ago, and it just stayed there. Here's my thing.
Yeah, what is your thing? So John Cassio, program director, is
nobody goes to an Ozzy concert and says, "Hey, before Ozzy came and bit the head off of a bat, we stood at attention and played the national anthem."
Ozzy Osbourne is not an American pastime.
But he does concerts in America. That's my point. I'm telling you, you do not need to play the national anthem. All this people complaining about kneeling and this. Stop the national anthem. Stop it.
Well, wait a minute. Okay, hold on a second. Now, if you want to join in the conversation, 239-479-5592, maybe you want to speak to this and speak to John Cassio, program director, about this. And by the way, Jake, do me a favor, and when my call screen is down, go ahead and put it on cast for me so I can see who's calling if they do. So your suggestion to the cancel culture is to. And those that would say that the anthem is it talks about it's bigoted, racist, it's the country, it's the history, it's that because they're kneeling now for it, that we should, instead of stopping the kneeling, that we should stop the anthem.
It's unnecessary. The anthem before a game is unnecessary. It does not. Here's the thing, and here's a big fraud that's out there, and I'm gonna unveil it right now.
Oh, good! I can't wait.
All these special moments that you see during games, whether it be flyovers or family members coming home from overseas and surprising. There's all money attached to that. No one's doing those things out of the goodness of their hearts. Everybody realizes that, right?
Mhm.
This is not like the NFL saying, hey, so-and-so just came back from Iraq and they hasn't seen their family in 14 months. Let's make that happen. No. There are payments on that front. Okay, so that's one thing.
Okay.
But you want to play the national anthem before the Super Bowl, big events, fine. The Olympics obviously are taken out of this. That's a whole other thing. But for a Wednesday in May, baseball game 45, we don't need to play the national anthem. Get there, get the game going, and let's play sports.
Okay, there's John Cassio's comments. Oh, by the way, in case you don't know, he's wearing his Washington shirt.
Washington Redskins,
No.
Drew.
No.
Brand new shirt. Just got it.
No.
Washington Redskins.
No, you need to get rid of that shirt. It's not they changed the name to the Washington football team. I'm not kidding. It's Washington football team.
Yes, it's ridiculous. So, and here's another point. Cancel culture didn't win Washington Redskins. Here's the problem. Here's the thing.
Good. Please tell us. Straighten this out.
Well, let me do this for you. So the Washington Redskins football team had two issues here. So there was major sexual harassment in their front offices alleged by over 15 women. Okay, so they had that story come out, and then they had the whole cancel culture, no Redskins thing. So you had the Me Too movement on one side, and you had cancel culture on the other. You need, as the Redskins organization, you needed to pick which battle are you going to fight. Okay.
So how long have these harassment allegations been out there for?
They came out last Thursday.
Of course.
Right.
I'm not suggesting that it didn't happen. I'm not suggesting that the timing is suspect. I'm not suggesting that there have been times when certain individuals have brought up charges against somebody that didn't stick because they didn't want them, on a Supreme Court or on a news network that they don't like or anything like that. I'm not saying that's the case. All I'm saying is that it's a little odd that the timing seemed to be this way. And it feels like a lot of people are texting about this. And we got some calls coming in, 239-479-5592. That somebody texted, for example, they agree with you. Technically, John Cassio is right. It even hurts for me to say.
Yeah, how's that? Go ahead.
But
take
why?
That all in on a Friday morning.
Hold on a second. But why do we have to give up yet another tradition to bullies?
You're not giving up the tradition. The
No,
tradition
you are, because this never came up before. You are.
Before all this, I still think the national anthem is.
Nobody talked about it before.
That's not true. I've said for years. Why do I have to rush to a baseball game all just to stand up real quick for the national anthem?
You don't have to. You didn't have to. You could come in during the second inning. Have you been to some baseball games even locally? People show up at all different times.
My point, like I said, during All-Star Game, World Series, whatever, major events, if you want to play it, play it. It's not needed on a Thursday night in June. It's not needed.
All right. Well, let's see.
And then you play the Toronto Blue Jays, and then you got to stand through two national anthems, the U.S. and the Canadian.
Okay. Well, you don't stand for the Canadian. Okay. Anyway, no, I'm just kidding. Of course you do. Tony's online too. Wanted to comment on this. Go ahead, Tony. Give it to him or us or him.
Well, first of all, Ozzy Osbourne's not even a. Well, I don't think
he's not even what?
And I don't think he's American.
No, he's far from American.
Yeah, and I have been to a Ted Nugent concert in quite a while, but he may play the national anthem. I don't know. But back to the point, it's not needed.
Yeah.
Well, professional baseball isn't needed. We don't want to make that argument. But the tradition goes back to 1918 between the Chicago Cubs and the Boston Red Sox during World War I is when it began.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the national anthem may not mean much to your director, but it means a lot to a lot of people.
All right. So
let me give you one example. 2 times in my life, I went to a hockey game and brought foreigners with me.
Mm-hmm.
And they were so moved by the fact that we played the national anthem and put our hands over our hearts. It moved them. 2 separate groups of foreigners. So it is valuable. It is important. And to let the communists win by not playing it to appease them. I think they would be a greater victory for them.
There you go. Tony, thanks for the call. That's right, John Cassio. What about all the people, like Tony said, you go back in history and the history of having the anthem and how people love it and respect it, and how Tony brings people from outside of the country and they come here and they come to a game locally, and how you see this love of country, you see the pledge during the game, and how that is important, and we don't want to take that away.
Why do you need to go to a game to listen to the national anthem?
It's been there. It's not that you don't have to. Nobody's saying that, but it
doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
No one says, you know what? Hey, I want to go to the Marlins game.
No.
But who's singing the national anthem?
Okay, you never know. You don't know that. You don't know that. All right, 239-479-5592. Here's something else I wanted to bring up because I know that, hey, did you hear our discussion this morning about the Naples vice mayor?
I did.
Okay.
Let me tell you something, Mr. Vice Mayor.
Wait, well, let me tell everybody what the story is.
Go ahead.
And you can comment on this, 239-479-5592. The Naples Vice Mayor, Terry Hutchison, says, hey, listen, we're talking about mandatory masks in Collier County. Maybe next council meeting, we should bring up the idea of mandatory coronavirus vaccines in the near future.
Here's the thing, Mr. Vice Mayor. You will have to kill me before you vaccinate me. I'm letting you know right now.
Well, there would be no reason to vaccinate you at that point.
To the death, sir, if you touch my family or me. I'm telling you right now. Oh, man. It might be the craziest story I've ever seen in my entire life.
That one? A minute ago, it sounded like the pledge was the biggest one, that the flag. Okay.
Just a lot of pain for a lot of years.
Yeah. So the vice. Go ahead.
Break. You want to see this country fall apart? Mandate vaccinations. You come to my house and tie me down. I want to see it.
There's something really just disturbing about the idea of tying you down in your home. It's not even on personal time do I even want to visualize. 239-479-5592. That's the Tri-Town Construction Talk and Text line. We have that story. Here's one that I wanted to play that I really love, and I wanted you to hear this. This is audio from Louis Gohmert, who was introducing a resolution that, hey, listen, if we're going to start to getting rid of statues and getting rid of paintings and getting rid of all kinds of things that have to do with Confederacy and slavery, and we need to seriously start looking at this. Well, I got an idea, and listen to Louis Gohmert and what he said on the floor of the House.
Whereas on June 18, 2020, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi ordered the removal from the Capitol portraits of 4 previous speakers of the House who served in the Confederacy, saying that these portraits, quote, set back our nation's work to confront and combat bigotry, unquote. The men depicted in the portraits were Democrat Robert M.T. Hunter, Democrat Howell Cobb, Democrat James L. Orr, and Democrat Charles F. Crisp. Resolved that the Speaker of the House of Representatives shall remove any item that names, symbolizes, or mentions any political organization or party that has ever held a public position that supported slavery or the Confederacy from any area within the House wing of the Capitol or any House office building, and shall donate such item or symbol to the Library of Congress. And 2, that any political organization or party that has ever held a public position that supported slavery or the Confederacy shall either change its name or be barred from participation in the House of Representatives.
So that's Louis Gohmert saying, I'll tell you what.
There you go, Louis.
This is why I love
the high heat.
This is that little baseball reference. And this is why I love Louis Gohmert, because Louis Gohmert's like, listen, here's what we do. Nancy Pelosi was very proud, very happy to take down the painting of 4 Democrats because of their connections with slavery and the Confederacy. And so what I say is, why don't we do this? Why don't we say that and agree that any political organization or party that has ever held a public position that supported slavery or Confederacy shall either change its name or be barred from participation in the House? That is every Democrat.
Good for him. Good for him. How were the responses to that? I'm sure it was received very well.
Well, there's hardly anybody there to be participating. You know, you look at the behind him, there's nobody there. But the point is well taken, especially considering where we are here in Southwest Florida and Lee County, and the fact that there are those that want to cancel and want to come here and say, take down the bust of Robert E. Lee, take down the paintings of Robert E. Lee, and change the name of Lee County. We want to do that right now because, well, why don't we go through number one? If you're going to do that, and those that supported slavery of the Confederacy, I'm pretty confident that it's Democrats, because it was, and it is. And second of all, that you can sign our change.org petition, because we say we're going to cancel the cancel culture. You want to come here to Southwest Florida and cancel the name of Lee County? Well, I'll tell you what, we'll change the name of Lee County to Trump County. And we're doing that. And have you looked at the numbers? How we do? We were close to 2,500 last time I checked.
Join the movement. We are right there at around 2,500.
Yep.
Unbelievable response. If you haven't signed, what's wrong with you?
Okay. That is John Cassio right there. So again, text the word Trump to 239-479-5592, and we will send you a link so that you can sign the change.org petition right now. Change the name.
Text now. Come on, everybody. We're raising money for Drew.
We are? That's not what this is about at all.
We're on a telethon now.
No, we're not. No, we're not. There's no money involved.
No,
there's no money involved here. It's
How
not even.
much have we raised, Jake?
No,
Come on.
That's not even. All right. There's John Cassio, everybody. John Cassio, who, in case you don't know,
I'm your boss.
Yeah. All right, we gotta go. All right. Listen, it was. I'd like to say it was great.
America's the greatest place in the world, and guess what? We are not racist. Don't believe it.
Thank you for that.
Welcome.
All right, we gotta go. All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Let's find out how the remainder of the forecast is shaping up with Week News meteorologist Matt Devitt. Oh no, wait, I think it's Brittany Van Voorhees. Excuse me, I'm sorry, Brittany.
Happy Friday, everyone. Today we return to a normal weather pattern here in Southwest Florida, which means sunny for most of the morning with a few clouds mixing in, and then scattered showers and storms come through by the later